Live. Sorry, I had a little bit of a mishap. So I do have a little bit of a few topics of discussion today. You guys know we're not doing like crazy long live streams anymore. So try to keep them to about 2 hours or less if we can. So today we do got a special guest joining us. So just be a few more seconds until he joins. So just gotta wait for some of our regulars to tune in, guys. Just while we're at 0, I'm just gonna kind of kick back, kind of wait for everyone to tune in, get my little notes here prepared. All right. So I don't know if anybody's in the live stream just yet. Right now, we're still showing 0. So I don't want to begin talking, guys, just until we start getting a few of our regulars in. And while I'm waiting, actually, I'm gonna see if I can fix this camera because I always seem to get this on like a. Hey, what's happening now?
Hey, my face is huge.
Oops.
Rearranging my desk here. My tablet's a little closer to me than it should be.
Yeah, right now we don't have anybody in the live stream, so while we're waiting for the regulars to kind of roll in, I'm trying to see what I could do to kind of fix this camera because this camera is always like backwards on me, and I'm trying to see how I can turn that around.
And it's backwards right now.
Yeah, and I don't know how to fix that. No, that didn't do it. And I think that right there flips the camera around. So how else can I? Maybe this.
Thought I had more time. I was brushing my teeth.
No, you're good.
Flossing takes forever. I started flossing real good this year.
No, that's not it either.
So it's backwards, upside down. What are you saying? It's your
Well,
camera.
when you look at the camera,
Oh, it is backwards.
Yeah, it doesn't show you anything in the right way, which I hate.
Oh, mine's kind of backwards too, isn't it? NASA.
Yeah. So I don't know how to fix that on the screen. And when I go back and I watch this on the big TV, everything is flipped, and I hate that.
Yeah, I don't know which one. Set the lighting on, lighting off. Green screen.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on?
Oh, it's camera off probably. I'm back. It's kind of weird. All I have is my monitor on because I wanted to show off. I haven't really seen him in a dark environment yet, but he actually looks better on screen. That's
is that Larry?
He's not real. He's not real glow in the dark yet, and so I had the lights off in here, but it's still so bright for my monitors because I'm at my desk.
Yeah,
it actually looks really good on camera. It's a much darker green than that.
That's pretty cool.
It's kind of a crappy green. I'll have to try it. What if I put it over? Yeah, see, I don't think it really glows in the dark that well.
Yeah. But, hey, Crummy, I'm not sure what the 100 is, but thank you for whatever the gift is.
I like to open up on one of these monitors. I'm going to open this live stream too in case.
Oh, check this out. So I'm watching the 80s Revolution a few days ago, right? And man, this guy always comes up with like the best topics of discussion, man. And they're topics that I really wish that I was coming up with but generally I don't really come up with those type of videos because generally I like to talk about this stuff in live streams because I love the one-on-one conversations with people, and you can't do that in a regular video. Yes, you could come back. You can have the discussions in comment sections, but it's just not the same. It's not the same
Yeah,
feel.
no, interactive is better.
And,
Yeah,
and he was talking about Christmas, and it got
pertinent.
me thinking. Is Christmas does Christmas have the same appeal to us nowadays that it had with us when we were kids? And
No way.
does anybody even remember Christmas? I mean, does anybody even remember any holiday for that matter? Like for me, I can't remember a single Christmas.
No.
Like I can't even remember last Christmas if we're being
Uh,
honest.
yeah, that's harder. But as a kid, you didn't have any memorable Christmases, going on a trip to visit relatives or something. I don't know, something like
Like Like, I can remember waking up, like, one year and coming down to the stairs to the living room and just remember, like, an entire living room that's, like, filled with presents, like, all over the
that.
place.
Yeah.
But, like, I can't tell you what year that was. I can't tell you how old I was. I couldn't
Oh,
tell you
yeah,
what presents I got.
that's harder.
But, I can remember, certain gifts. I can remember, like, these trunks that we got, stuff like that. Like, 2004. I just got back from AIT in Fort Lee, Virginia. Like I remember giving my wife like a bunch of Simpson DVDs for Christmas. So I remember that stuff, but like what else did happen, for Christmas that year? So in
You know,
fact, in 2000 for Christmas 2004, I think I was on a train because I was on my way to Fort Hood, Texas. So I think I actually left Christmas Day
oh
and I took
wow.
a train and I was actually I was I was almost AWOL.
Oh,
Uh, I
not on
was supposed
purpose.
to
You weren't doing it
yeah,
on purpose, though, right?
no, because I was supposed to arrive in Fort Hood on the 27th of December. And you're supposed to check in by like 11:59 on the 27th and I got there like around 11:50 at night. But, we were stuck in Indiana for like 14 hours or something. Like
Due
the
to the
train
train.
broke down.
Yeah.
So,
Amtrak, right?
yeah.
Yeah, they're always late, and yeah,
So, that was crazy.
wasn't your fault.
Yeah, so I mean, I took the train because it was cheap, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it took forever to get there. Like it took over 2 days to go from Chicago to. We actually made it into Temple, Texas, and then I had to take like a little shuttle from Temple to Fort Hood.
I thought I was the only crazy guy. It's cheaper and it's more comfortable in a plane. I once, when I was working out in Washington State, I took a train from Chicago to
Mm,
Seattle with my dad because he was a big train enthusiast. The Empire Builder, still remember to this day. Comfortable, but it was like a day and a half, right,
yeah,
to get there. And you're like, well, okay, I could see why a 4 hour plane ride is better, but planes just, oh, they're so terrible. The whole process is so aggravating and terrible. But I do remember at least one Christmas. So I think we would tend to go to mass on Christmas Eve, depending on if we're traveling Christmas Day, right? We didn't want to go out with my
yeah.
parents, yeah, very religious. But one of them, I distinctly remember my mom playing hooky, like she was sick. And occasionally she'd get like migraine headaches real bad.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I'm sick, I can't go. So we all went without her. And then we came back, there were presents, all around under the tree. She played hooky to go, bring out the presents and all that other stuff and get ready for Christmas Eve. I remember that moment. I don't remember what I got, like you said, but I remember playing hooky that one Christmas. But yeah, what did I get? Toys or something? I don't know, plastic and rubber doodads, and things have long since given away or thrown away or sold at a garage sale or who knows what.
Yeah, man. But like Christmas, like I still say Christmas is still my favorite holiday, right? Like I love the thought of Christmas, but it's too commercialized nowadays. Like
Yeah.
it's not. It's more about how much you can give away as opposed to what you're necessarily giving.
Mhm.
And today, I mean, I like the idea of a white Christmas. I love snow on the ground. To me, without the snow, having going outside and just seeing snow everywhere, it's not Christmas without it. So, and having the Christmas tree up and having all the lights and just having all the room full of presents and having family everywhere, it's not Christmas without it. So, with me and my wife only, it just doesn't have the whole Christmas feel. And also,
Mm.
what's important about Easter? What's important about your birthdays? What's important about Christmas? Getting gifts. When you're an adult, it doesn't really matter anymore because you can buy gifts for yourself whenever you want.
Yep.
So Christmas and all these other holidays with gift giving, it loses its luster. So like I don't even think my wife and I would even get gifts anymore for each other because we get gifts anytime we want.
Yeah, throughout the year, you find something for her, you buy it for her, and because it's August 1st, it's not.
Yep.
Oh, here you go. Look what I found for you. That's a
Pretty
gift,
much.
but it's not Christmas. Yeah.
Pretty much. Like my wife bought me a bunch of Cubs shirts, and
Yeah.
hey, Merry Christmas. That's basically what it was. So,
Yeah, that works. Or like
but
yesterday, I pre-ordered a bunch of wrestling figures again. Merry Christmas to me. I haven't seen no regulars yet. Nothing interesting, I don't think, on the chat.
no,
Some
not
people are
just
watching.
yet.
There's 7 watching, but hopefully they'll show up.
Let's see. Toby asked, "Are you from Indiana?" No, never been to Indiana outside of visiting family.
Yeah, family in Indiana. I've been there a few times. Football game, I think, once in Indianapolis or twice.
So,
Went to a Notre Dame game in northern Indiana once.
all right. So,
Open up my email here.
yeah, I put out in the last live stream that from this moment forward, normally I just let people leave comments. Let be an open forum. I've never been anyone to remove comments, ban anybody, anything like that. But we just get too many spammers on the account. It's supposed to be a fun, open discussion, open forum for people, safe space and whatnot. We just get too many spammers, and I'm like, nah, we can't do that. So I'm gonna start deleting comments, blocking people if I have to. It just takes away from all the real commenters. So when you're trying to read through comments and stuff, it's just too many comments to go through, and you can't answer the real questions. So
and they get rather, silly, racist, sexist,
yeah,
crappy stuff. Is like, yeah, freedom of speech and all, but I don't have to listen.
no,
You can
and
talk. I have freedom not to hear you either too.
especially when you get brand new people, tuning in for the first time, and they see stupid comments like that. They might want to watch they might want to watch the show,
They
and
go away from you. They might think it's you doing it, right? Oh, look at what Watty attracts to his channel. It's like, well, I didn't do it. These are just randoms on YouTube.
yeah, and that might turn them away from the channel, and that sucks.
Yeah.
You want to let them know, hey, this is a safe space for anybody to be able to watch. So
We were talking about White Christmas. I think even
yeah.
people in the northern parts of the United States, it's still so rare to have them. I know I very rarely have had them, and I'm in, we probably get more snow than you do, even because I'm northern, in Illinois. And even so, it's pretty rare. I think we got a dusting last week. Actually,
Yes.
it was that cold front that pushed all the way through. You got it too, I'm sure. And
Yeah.
then yesterday and today, it's been like a high 70. So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I don't know what to think anymore. No fall. We didn't have fall though. There was never a fall that we experienced. It went from, wow, it's hot and humid all summer, and now it's like 10 degrees. Well, we saw the aurora. Did you get to see the aurora this week?
No, I didn't. No.
It was weird. I went out one of the nights, and you couldn't see anything. It kind of looked like clouds, but I took a picture just with my camera on my phone, and it looked totally different on the phone. I'm like, man, I can't see it, but these are great pictures. But that day, it was like, I think it was warmer than it had been, and I was still freezing. Right, it was still like 20 something that day. But no, it's kind of amazing to see because you look out and you're just kind of like, are those clouds? I don't really see any bright reds or greens. You take the photo and you're like, why is my camera phone seeing it? And I'm on the northern side of town, so it's not a lot of light pollution where I'm at, but it's night and day difference.
Hey, what's up, Dwayne? Yeah, man. Sometimes, Ben, you have to get rid of the spammers because, I mean, like I said, I think I've allowed it on the channel for too long, and that's why we keep getting repetitious, a lot of the same spammers on top of it. So, but I think once I start getting rid of a few here and there, we'll start seeing a downsize. But yeah, I mean, that was actually one of the questions I was saying. What are your feelings about holidays today? And is it still special? And that's the hard thing. And for me, I'm lazy as hell, right? I have not taken down my Christmas tree in probably 10,000 years.
Well, if you take it down, you have to put it back up again.
That's what I keep telling people.
The only one, a good buddy I used to work with, They keep a tree up all year, but they'll decorate it for different seasons. Like, oh, it's St. Patrick's Day, they'll dress it up. They kind of turned it into a person, their tree.
Yeah, that's
You know?
kind of smart, actually.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I'm not the only one who wants to leave their tree up. I went the other route. I went with smaller trees that I could
Yeah,
just quickly take up and put down,
yeah,
instead of a big tree you have to deal with. Rest in peace, Hulk Hogan. Yeah, that was this year, wasn't it? Hulk died
yeah,
because the year's flown so quickly. I was watching an old Saturday Night main event a couple days ago. Every once in a while, I don't know what they're watching. I want to fall asleep,
yeah,
and it was Hogan versus Harley Race. Bobby Heenan was the manager. I'm pretty sure the referee was Joey Morella.
yeah.
But that thing is, every single one of those people are dead. And in fact,
Mm,
Joey Morella was the first one to die. He had a car accident. He was Gorilla Monsoon's son.
yeah, no
Like,
way.
yeah, and I was just like, holy cow, every one of them are dead. I mean, admittedly, Harley Race even back then was old, and I think if I remember correctly, Harley Race takes a bump onto a table, and something happened. It hit like his intestines or something. It was a real serious incident. He fought the rest of the match, and Hogan won. But I remember watching it. I don't remember. I saw it later. It was like an intestinal issue or something. He had to go to the hospital. Didn't look like anything out of the ordinary. And then you see nowadays AEW and even the WWE, they take all these ludicrous bumps, right? Light the table on fire and fall through it and stuff. And you're just like, Harley got hurt by just that little. I mean, it was a stronger table than they have today, right? The tables they make today are supposed to break. They don't make them to break, but
What we got here?
I'm to be sick.
So, Zick, that is a borderline.
Yeah,
I'm gonna let it slide this time.
I mean, I'm an ally, but he's basically a back way of calling us gay, or what you did when you're 5, right? That's the only
Yeah,
down I know, and I could get
I
away.
know.
Everything's gay. You're gay, and I don't think it's kind of like retard, And I
Yeah,
feel terrible now as an adult. Those words are bad, and if I was gay or had any kind of mental or other physical conditions,
yeah,
what did the people think of me saying that shit? As a kid.
right.
Pardon my French, but so it's just funny that keeps repeating even nowadays when we know more about people and different help that they need, and still the go-to
Right.
one, hey, you're gay. Oh, okay, great.
Every fucking
Like
time,
that's
though.
so wrong.
It gets old.
Yeah, it's always every kid, every generation has to say, hey, everything's gay, you're gay, I'm gay, we're all gay. Okay,
Whatever.
been there, done that. Yeah, Harley. Oh, did you see, speaking of pre-orders yesterday, Title Run toys? Not to bring back
Yeah,
wrestling figures, but they
Harley
released
Race.
cases. I don't know what
Yep,
to feel about them, but I did pre-order them.
yep.
I still don't know what to feel about them, but it was funny because I was waiting to get one of the Beverly Brothers sets yesterday because I knew the Harley Race was coming, and they sold out.
Yeah.
Please, so I didn't get one. Oh,
For both Title Run and Epic Toys.
I
I think I'm pretty much done with all those.
Oh yeah, I did pre-order the
Yeah,
Epic Toys because I don't have any of them, and they are starting a
yeah,
USA only one, and they had two the pre-orders for the Islanders and the Killer Bees, so I went and pre-ordered those two, and the GI Joe ones from Pro Wrestling Tees came out, the O-ring style,
yeah.
or what I'll call them. I pre-ordered that as well. Boy, Shop AEW and Pro Wrestling Tees. Oh my gosh, what year is this? They charge like, even just to think about shipping and handling, they charge a fee, and then they charge a fee on top of that fee. It's kind of ridiculous. It makes you take for granted like Amazon and everywhere else that gives you free shipping. It's like $100 for this pack of 4 regular figures, and then I think maybe the total $130 or something after handling, shipping, taxes, undercoat, all the different things you used to do on cars, right? Warranty. I'm like, holy cow! But that's the only place you can buy them right now, so I guess I pre-ordered them. Just
Yeah,
like when they had a few BRGs go through Shop AEW, and I think it's the same outfit. You can tell, and they charge the same shipping and handling and undercoat and all these other fees.
Wrestling Tees. That's the same company that when you tried ordering that Owen Hart from Zombie Sailors, like they were charging, I think, what was it, like $20, I think, for shipping for Owen Hart,
Yeah,
and then
that's about right.
for like $10 more, you could buy an actual wrestling T-shirt, but they would choose what T-shirt you got, and they wanted like
mystery shirt.
they wanted like $50 shipping for both the T-shirt and the figure. I'm like, wait, what? Hold on a minute. It's $20 shipping for the figure, but you want $50 to include the T-shirt. Make that make sense to me? That's
Because I
absolutely
almost threw that
insane.
in yesterday. I almost threw in a mystery shirt. I'm like, yeah, why not? And then I saw the fee went from like $40 to $1 million or whatever it was. I'm like, no, I'm not that interested. Though I did break down. You talking Zombie Sailors? They had in stock that the Macho Man blue and white edition, and then the Kevin Sullivan with his snake. So I added those. I added those because I'm already paying $1 million for handling. I'm like, might as well. I don't know when they'll ship them though. I don't know if they're going to hold them till the pre-order ships. But
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Got some regulars in.
Hey Ross, what's up, buddy? Juliana, what's going?
Let's see if I can find the. There it is. Have to find the right emoji
Oh
for
man,
Ross.
this was a fun one right here.
Which one?
The one that talks about like, do you remember your first apartment or house? You know what I like about my first apartment?
Hmm.
So my first apartment, when I moved in, obviously I had to go back to Chicago to pick up my wife, and the movers. They came. Obviously, they had to come to my house in Chicago, my mom's house, to get my possessions. Then they had to go to my wife's mom's house to pick up her stuff there. And they had to travel from Chicago all the way to Killeen, Texas. So we were in our apartment in Killeen for about 3 days, 4 days before the movers finally arrived with our
Ooh.
stuff. So all we had in our apartment for like 3 days was probably my military sleeping bag, and we just slept in the living room, and we had like a little small TV that we had on the living room floor that we watched. But that first night in our apartment, I looked at my wife when I was like, "Come," when I like looked at her like, "Hey, come to bed." I'm like, "Come to floor,
Come to floor.
come to floor."
I'm sure it was probably
So,
cozy though. I mean, you both shared a sleeping bag, or
oh yeah,
yeah.
so. And that's supposed to be like a one person sleeping bag, right? So we're over there trying to squeeze into this one person's sleeping bag, but hey, we made it happen though.
Yeah, that would
And the movie, Wild Things 3. I will remember the movie that we watched, the first movie we ever saw in our apartment.
They made a
Wild
third
Things
one.
3.
They made a third Wild. Wow.
Oh yeah, they had at least 4 of them.
Wow. Where have I been? Enjoying other movies, I guess.
But yeah, Wild Things 3. That was the one that was the first movie we saw in our apartment.
So what was worse, sleeping on the floor or watching Wild Wings 3? No, I'm sorry.
Oh no, that was great. That was a great movie. I mean, I like the whole series of Wild Things.
Oh.
I think Wild Things 2 was probably my least favorite, but Wild Things 3 was really awesome. Wild Things 4 was good, but Nev Campbell, Wild Things, the first one was still the best.
Yeah, I was gonna say there weren't a lot of major actors in the remaining Wild Things, were there? They always drop off if it's not a super. Like Nev wasn't in any of the other ones, was she?
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
No,
I think so.
no.
Wild Things 4, that was A New Hope, I think, wasn't it? On that Star Wars.
No.
I always like to get those mixed up. Wild Wings 2, Electric Boogaloo, that was pretty good. No, A New Batch, if you're a Gremlins fan. Another famous Christmas movie, right? Gremlins, you could talk about Christmas movies. Die Hard, Gremlins, that sort of thing. I was earlier watching The Grinch That Stole Christmas, the live action. Peacock popped it up on my thing again, so I was watching it on TV.
I still haven't seen the horror Grinch movie.
I haven't either.
I've been wanting to see that. What's that one called? Is it called The Grinch, or no? It's called the Mean One.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
That's what it's called.
Because there's a whole line of those Disney-esque type horror movies, right? You guys were talking. Was it you and
BBA?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yep.
Because he's also big. I'm not a big horror fan like you guys are, so I don't follow that as much. But
yeah, I mean, I want to watch it. My wife. I mean, I want to watch it with my wife because I'm not into watching movies by myself anymore. I don't enjoy movies that much anymore. So, like, if I watch it with my wife, maybe I'll be inspired to watch it. But she has no interest in it.
Yeah.
Like, you would think that she loves that. She loves Disney and all that, so she'd be into like that type of stuff, like Winnie the Pooh and stuff. But she won't watch like Blood and Honey with me.
Like, Winnie the Pooh is Winnie the Pooh a murderous sort in that movie? I assume.
Yeah,
that would be kind of interesting to see actually. Because I grew up on Winnie the Pooh. He was a cool character.
Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. I've seen that one, but I need her to see the first one so that we can watch the second one together.
So are they all made by the same company and all that stuff? I assume.
I think some of them are. Some of them are in the same cinematic universe, but not all of them.
Oh, that'd be kind of interesting. Thinking about everything in the same cinematic universe as. Who do they always do that with sci-fi movies.
Hey, game. Man, I should have actually slept on the floor a few months back. I don't know what the hell I did. Like, I just kind of like rolled out of the bed one day, and all I did is I kind of bent over, kind of like push the button on the litter box, and I swear to God, the way I threw my back out was so immensely painful, and I've thrown my back out before, and I was, I'd probably be in pain for about 3 days. The back would be healed. I'd be good. My back, I was in immense pain for about 2 months,
Ooh.
and when I say I threw my back out, like, my wife literally had to buy me a cane.
Oh, bad.
I had to have a cane to move around the house.
Oh, my.
Um, people, I now know what it feels like to be wheelchair bound. Let's put it that way.
Wow.
Like if you're in a bed and you're trying to move your like if you can't move your hips, if you can't move your hips, you can't move your legs, you can't move your upper body. Like that's how bad it was.
Back's super
Uh,
important for all that. Yep.
it's it for like 2 months. Uh, all the pain medicine in the world I was taking, that stuff was not helping at all. And this was like what July, I think, and it was probably mid September when I finally started feeling better.
Just on its own, or did you do anything?
I mean, I just think with time,
Yeah.
with more time that passed, it just finally started healing. But when I threw my back out, that was horrible. And what sucked is September is when I have my yearly physical, my yearly follow up with my VA primary, and I'm like, damn, now you want to heal right as I have my doctor visit when I
Hmm.
could have actually used some darn pain meds or something with my doctor.
I've got an adjustable bed, and I'm also a side sleeper. So every once in a while, that's a bad combination because I'll tilt my head up to watch TV or read a book or something, and fall
Yeah,
asleep, and twist to my side, and I'll wake up with a bum back for a bit. I've had it before where the back was so bad. I sit, I work on computers all day, so all I have to do is
yeah,
sit, think, and type. And there's been times when my back felt so poorly, I couldn't even sit there, and I'd take part of the day off because I couldn't sit in an office chair, right? You know what I
right.
mean? I'm like, holy cow, it's I haven't had it that long, and it's been a while. Knock on wood. Hopefully, it won't happen. But you can't predict that. And the older you get, I'm assuming the more likely that has happens. Or like you sneeze or cough, the old man, old woman bit. I sneezed and got a back thing every once in a while. You're like, oh, that was a really strong sneeze, and you're back like, oh, did I just throw out my back sneezing? Am I now a punchline to a joke? I don't think I've done that yet, but keep waiting.
Sammy Sosa did the same exact thing,
Oh, really?
sneezed and hurt his sternum, and he missed like the last few games, I think, or last game of the season.
I don't remember that. Sosa did that. Wow.
I think did he miss like the last game of like the '98 season or
And
'99, something like
and
that?
he's a professional in great shape.
Yeah,
All the muscles and stuff, and he threw.
yeah.
So, and he wouldn't have been that old. I don't think he played that old.
No, no, no. He was, early
Yeah.
30s, I think, in the latter half of the '90s. Um, hey, what's up, Steven?
Getting some regulars in the chat. It looks like. Yeah, I think final day to order the Andre. Is it from BRG? I see Latuni releasing a lot more videos there on Facebook. I think things are happening there. I need to follow up. I think he's got a sale on. If you haven't picked up, if you're a Macho Man fan and you want the Macho Man
Yeah.
retros that they have, they're on sale.
Oh, cool.
I think they're.
Yeah, I think I got all of theirs, but
Yeah, I already did too. But I think he's planning something for Black Friday though, because people were talking about, hey, you gonna put the Giants on sale? And he's like, well, just give me a moment. We're gonna do Black Friday, right, or something to that effect. So we'll have to keep our eyes peeled.
Hey, Valerie.
Not yet. I do have some whiskey in my cup over here, but I just brushed my teeth, so it don't taste very good. So I've been drinking water.
Oh, nice.
I'm kind of weird. Yeah.
Looks like Steven got the new Andre from Latuni, so that's pretty bad. Oh no, I'm sorry, he got it from Mattel Ultimate Andre.
I feel bad pushing Latuni, but I was just gonna let Steven know that the Andres from Latuni are good. And I don't have any Andres from
Ultimate
BRG yet,
Andre.
but I did pre-order the signing one, and I think it's still
Yeah,
up until tomorrow. I'll
yeah,
probably recommend that too if you like rubber figures. BRG does a pretty good job. In
yeah.
fact, I know they got a lot of flack for. I finally got. I think I pre-ordered from J&J Figures because I missed the Collect Major pre-order. I finally got Rick Martel, Tully Blanchard, and Arn Anderson. And I think I got was Missy Hyatt in that set. I think was
For
she the
Series
fourth?
11, yes.
And I was on the fence. I'm like, I don't really like Missy Hyatt. I don't really know her. I ended up. I think I finally pre-ordered at BBTS just to be a completist, and I think
Yeah,
it finally showed up. But it's in the pile of loot right now. I've been, holding them back. You know how you can do the pile of loot there.
yeah.
But I was surprised the Tully. He doesn't look perfect, but the rubber feels really good. And he's got the right leg squeeze and everything. He's actually, have you, you got him, I assume, don't you?
Yeah.
Have you taken
I
on?
think probably it's probably the best one from that series. And I actually thought Rick Martel was gonna be my favorite until I started reviewing them. I'm like, I was actually deeply surprised that how good I thought Capelli was.
Yeah, because out of those three, he wouldn't have been my favorite wrestler. But the
Yeah.
figure and the way it feels is great. Arn isn't bad. The Rick Martel, I think his problem, it doesn't stand, I don't think, if I remember correctly. Mine doesn't yet. I have to work on it on its own, right? It's nice when they can stand on their own. The other two,
Yeah.
they have no problem.
Yeah, I think Missy is actually the first female wrestler in that line. Now they got shots,
Mhm.
someone named Shotsky, Shaki, something like that.
Yeah.
Coming later
So
on.
I broke down and I finally pre-ordered both of them because I'm like, then I'm like, do I want Mooney? I think I
Yeah.
pre-ordered him. I'm like, yeah, okay. Because I just like LGN so much, you know. And
Yeah.
I don't know if I miss it. Will I miss it? Oh, so the title runs. Do you think those will be in stock when they finally hit? Because I do think now that the only ones I don't have are the two Beverly Brothers, I'm thinking, even though I don't really care about them that much, I kind of
Yeah.
at least want the one with the robes. Now that the pre-order is over and I missed it, I'm kind, you know, like when you can't get something, right? You kind of like
Yeah.
now want it even more. You think they'll be in stock when they finally have them next year or whatever that? I'll be able to pick them up probably.
I would say most likely. Like, I don't think that they would sell out because what I've heard, for other collectors is that they don't think they're in the best condition. When
Yeah.
when Dwayne did his review, like he thought the figures was pretty decent. Like I only bought the one Paul Orndorff and it's still carded. I don't plan on buying any more of those
Okay.
right now because I've talked about that issue with the deck in the backyard.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the expenses that's gone into that,
Yeah.
I basically stopped, all of the other the collecting phase of. So there's very few items that I'm going into as far as collecting goes.
Are you still buying any figures, or are there any that you still might pre-order that
Uh,
force you to because you like
I
them?
mean, Batuni, Big Rubber
Yeah,
Guys, and I think the Mattel LJNs. I mean, that's probably going to be it for the most part.
that's a good mix, though.
Uh,
Now,
and
all the
like
Latunis, are you going to be specific to just like the LJN style and maybe the Everest?
I probably gonna try to get all of them if I can. Like I'm not gonna
I
get
would too.
doubles. I don't think I'm gonna probably stick with
Mhm.
singles. But now, like the Everest figures are gonna be good because at least you can open those up, and I could do a full on review.
Yeah.
But like for the carded stuff that you can't open, I mean, I won't be doing videos on those because, like I said, I won't be doing video
I mean,
reviews next year.
you
So
could open them. You could be like me and open them. That's good.
I
Have me
mean,
do
if
the
it's
reviews for you. I open them all. I let them breathe. I don't care. I almost thought because the WrestleManics were on sale, I'm like,
yeah,
should I rebuy the machos so I can leave them on card? I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. That's certainly I don't want any more stuff, right? I have too many figures as it is to have doubles. The
yeah,
LGN, you got me down the path of the LGN because I got two black card LGNs in the four I ordered, the Paul and the Cena. Uh,
yeah.
so now I'm kind of like, okay, am I starting that now with the LGNs? I don't even want to know. I think my Hogan is finally going to ship. It's been delayed a few times. That's the only one I don't have. I only bought one of each, so we'll have to see. Black Friday, I think they're supposed to be in stores, so we'll probably start seeing them open up and be for sale. I'm kind of wondering if I should get a black card Dusty and then maybe a black card Hogan. We'll see what shows up. But anyway, the Dusty's a pretty good figure.
Yeah, I got a couple. I got a couple Dusties in, and they're both black card. Actually, do
See,
I have a?
isn't that amazing? Those black cards are not random and rare at all, are they?
Nope. Actually, yeah, I got a
It
blue
is.
card Dusty too. So here's the thing though, I want to open up one of the Dusties, but I don't want to open up any black cards.
Well,
I got two Cenas, but they're both black cards. I don't want to open up a black
really?
card.
Holy cow! Well, yeah,
So
if they're, the black cards are all the same, aren't they? You can open up one if you want. If you want to
yeah,
actually have one open, I guess
yes,
you can always find a blue Cena eventually and open that one. I suppose, right? Is that what you're gonna
yeah.
do?
So I mean, I kind of feel like I mean, if the black cards are really supposed to be that valuable, I mean, I don't want to open up a black card and then have it be worth so much money in the future.
Unless they
I mean,
stop releasing them and it's only for the pre-order people, I don't see how they're going to be valuable. There's just too many of
yeah.
them.
But then again, I
Half of
mean,
mine are black cards, and I only ordered four. Right? I'm
yeah, I
probably
mean,
the average. You're getting
and
a
then
ton.
you've seen these Hogans,
Oh,
and
way too many.
that's a story. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll talk to you about that later on.
There's
I
what
kind of got, I kind of got. I don't want to say got in trouble, but um,
got in trouble.
our last live stream, I may have lost a friend because of that. Because
Oh,
of that Hogan.
is that one of those where
Um,
you panned around the room and you showed something you shouldn't have, or something like that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
something came up on that, and I don't know if I want to talk about that on stream because,
yeah, it's fine.
um, but but I mean, it's something that shouldn't really be an issue, but
Yeah.
I mean, he knows it something was for him,
Oh, okay.
but like I said, it's not anything I want to talk about
Let it
on
settle for a
stream,
bit. Maybe
but
luck will prevail.
anyways, someone reached out to me, and I did sell one of my black card Hogans to him.
Oh,
$40. Like I said,
that's pretty
he
reasonable.
covered the purchase price and shipping, so that was
I mean,
fine.
honestly, if you still had a black card Hogan for 40 or even $50, it might be worth it. If I just want to see what color I get, my
Yeah,
my luck will probably be black, and then I'm like, okay, now I can't even open my Hogan yet. I got to wait for a blue one to show up.
yeah,
I want to open up the Cena, but the only one I got is black card. So luckily, my first one was Paul, which are easy to buy even now. Though I think it went out of sale for a minute, so I was
yeah.
able to buy another Paul, and they sent me a blue card, so I opened it up.
Mm.
But now I'm even thinking about getting a blue on card, like having a black and a blue, and then one open, because they're so cheap, right? $20 or $25.
Yeah.
But that's just too much stuff. I don't want too much stuff. I'm trying to declutter, and I keep adding to it.
Oh, so Steven is asking how the cat is doing.
Yeah,
Fox, we got him back last week, and it seems like he is back to his old ways now.
excellent.
Um, what was it? What the heck was it called?
You said
I
pancreatitis or something? Was it
yes,
pancreas?
pancreatitis. Thank you. He had
Inflammation.
pancreatitis, so that's why he wasn't able to drink a lot of water, or he was having trouble drinking water, and he was getting dehydrated. So he spent a couple days in the hospital. Technically, I don't think he had to spend that many days in the hospital. I just think they were money grabbing, and it cost almost $1,000 for each day that he stayed extra. Vultures. Uh,
Your vet has to buy wrestling figures, right? And they have to keep
yep.
in on card, and they got to keep a couple loose. They're buying doubles and triplicates. You know how it is.
So
It's always buying a boat or a sports car. Is what I always say. They're saving up for a boat or a sports car. Right?
yeah, man. So they had to run a bunch of tests. They had to obviously, run IVs through him and everything,
Oh wow!
and whatnot. So when he came home, he was all drugged up. He was drugged up for about a day and a half
I
until
saw
he
your
got
video.
back to normal.
I,
That stuff was just too damn funny. I had to post that. I mean, just watching him walk around,
I felt so
but
sorry for him.
he kept stopping. I'm like, dude, keep walking.
Well, because
I
his
got,
back legs weren't quite working because of the drugs or whatever, right? He was kind of
oh
dragging
yeah,
himself along. I felt
every
bad, like, oh, it's like all those videos of the cats with the actual malfunctioning back legs is what it reminded me of, right?
yeah.
Like,
I mean,
poor guy.
when he was trying when he eats, like his legs, they kind of like
Oh, really?
his legs and front and back legs kind of like he falters, so his entire body is just laying flat on the ground, so he
While he
eats his
eats?
food on his stomach, and I'm like, oh man, that is too damn cute. But he just wasn't strong enough to be standing up, and I'm like, oh, you poor baby. but
But now
but
he is, huh?
but I mean, that's my boy right there.
Mm.
There's this part on the entry application where it says, if anything happens, do you want to resuscitate? I'm
Oh,
like,
no.
F yeah, I want to resuscitate. Goddamn, that's my boy right there. And I said the same thing to Bum Shadows on our last live stream, or maybe it was a previous live stream. I can't remember, but I'm like, look, of all the cats my wife and I have had over the years, this cat has been ours for 20 years. He is our marriage cat. My wife and I got married in '05. We got him in '05.
Oh, wow.
This is my boy. He is the only cat that I refer to as my son.
Mm.
Even the new kittens that have basically treat me as their mother, essentially. I call them my babies, but they're not. I haven't reached the status yet. So he really is the most important, cat in the family for me.
Fox has been
So
through it with you guys. Yeah.
yeah. So when I say I'm going to be devastated if anything happens to this boy, that yeah, it really is going to be the most heartbreaking moment.
Yeah, and
So
unfortunately, it's going to happen. And incidents like this just bring it up, right? It's kind of like, not to make everything sad, but you talk about Christmas, and it's not the same anymore because, or it's on us now to organize Christmases because all of our parents. I'm old enough now that all of our parents are gone. right?
Yeah.
And so it's a totally different, like, doesn't feel the same anymore. Mom and dad and aunts and uncles and all the brothers and sisters aren't organizing Christmas anymore because the last of them are now gone. And you're like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Absolutely.
unfortunately. They're asking, but on a better note, they're asking about favorite Thanksgiving pie. I think
Pies. So
apple's always good.
so me, I like. I kind of agree. It'll be either Dutch apple or pecan pie. So I worked at when I was in high school. I worked at Sara Lee for 3
Oh, right.
years.
Yep.
So I mean, I was freaking obsessed with the Dutch apple pie. And of course, my mom, I mean, she used to go to that Sara Lee store, for years when we were growing up. And but then again, we got to kind of expand past the simple pies. You know, I mean, I've never been a fan of like the potato pie. What is it called? Sweet potato
Sweet
pie.
potato pie. Yeah, it's an acquired taste.
I've never been a fan of that. I've never been a fan of pumpkin pie. So like, it always feels
Neither have I.
like that's like your Thanksgiving or your Christmas pie. But I've never been a fan of that.
Pumpkin.
So,
Sweet potato is great. Sweet potato pie. Yeah, I don't know, but and
but
pumpkin. I'm like the odd one in the family. I'm like, no, pumpkin bars are good. Pumpkin pie, I've never really enjoyed that much. It was just a vehicle to give me Cool Whip or ice
I,
cream or something else, right? And I might as well put that on apple or something.
I like something more like the chocolate silk pie or the lemon meringue pie, which I really love,
Coconut cream
or
is another.
coconut cream. Yes,
Is a good one. I
something I
think
like
like
stuff like that.
I'm on pie duty for Thanksgiving. I already got from my sister, so I think they requested like a French silk type of pie and then a coconut cream. For some reason nobody wanted pecan or pumpkin or whatever. But as a kid, I remember not wanting pecan pie. I was into nuts, but the pecans look funny on it. That was kind
Yeah,
of reminded me of bugs and stuff. So I think that's why I never tried it. Little did I know, beneath the pumpkin pie is this golden layer of essentially what fat and sugar. Right?
yeah,
If only I would have known hidden. It's a life lesson, kids. That below that layer of weird looking nuts. I mean, the nuts are great. Pecans are great. I'll eat them on their own now. I'm a big nut junkie. Yeah, you can quote me on that, right? But below it is just this hidden layer of like goodness, and you're like, man, if only I would have known as a kid. And then the other thing this week, for some reason, it was a topic with my nephew and a couple of my friends. Do you ever put a piece of cheese on an apple pie? I've never done that, and I know I've heard of that. I
that
love
sounds
cheese.
disgusting.
Yeah, I love cheese, and I love like apple pie, apple cobbler, apple crumble, apple this and that and the other thing. But I've never put cheese on it.
Let's see what we got here.
But yeah,
Apple
pecan pie
crumble
was pie the
drizzle.
whole time. Apple pie, yeah.
You said it correctly. French silk. I called it chocolate silk.
Well, that's what my sister did too. But I think it's this. I think it's the same thing. Maybe there's a chocolate silk that's different. It's all good. Whatever it
No,
is.
French silk. That's correct. That's the
Call it
correct name.
grasshopper silk. I don't care. It's good. Made out of real grasshopper. Oh. Well, we
So
never put it down, Stephen. That's the secret. You leave it up and then
yep,
you don't put it down.
that's what I'm saying. I never put my tree down. But here's the thing though. Let's say I put my Christmas tree up. Hypothetically, let's say I put my Christmas tree up December 10th. Just throw out a date.
Yep.
And then I say, okay, I'm not going to take it down after Christmas. Let's say I want to take it down in the New Year's. Well, I'm not going to take it down directly after New Year's, so maybe January 10th. But then I get lazy, and then it's the 15th, it's the 25th, it's February 1st. But then I'm like, but then it's March, and I'm like, you know what?
Rings around the corner.
It's been 3 months. I might as well wait another 9 months to and just wait until Christmas and then take it down then.
Man, if you got the room, it's your house, right? You and your wife are on the same page about it, right? Who's to stop? Like I said, my buddy, him and his wife, they leave theirs up all year. I won't put it up before Halloween. It has to be after Halloween, but then as soon as Halloween's over, it's fair game. I feel like it's fine for Thanksgiving. And like you said, even probably in Louisville, the weather's kind of crappy in January and February. So it's kind of like, well, if the weather's crappy, I don't like you're sick of snow if you're getting any. It's not a white Christmas anymore, right? When
Yeah.
snow, like at least remind me Christmas. I'll leave the tree up a little bit longer, right? Like I think Ross said Valentine's Day. That seems reasonable.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe even March 1st at the latest, because even February is going to suck. As far as weather usually, unless you're in the South, I guess. If you're in the deep South, it won't be as bad. But yeah.
But I mean, I kind of feel like sometime in November would be fine. I know a lot of people be like, hey, after Thanksgiving would be a good time, and that's reasonable. But like, I like the Christmas tree because I like the lights. Like, if I have it up in my second living room, so if I'm like sitting in that room and I'm watching TV and or I'm playing a video game and I have the Christmas tree lights on, that's perfect. But I haven't sat in that room and watched TV in probably a few years because we don't have the TV hooked up anymore because we got the damn lights hooked up to that for whatever reason, and it's not working. We don't have it simultaneously hooked up anymore. So I haven't had that thing hooked up together. I haven't had a reason to sit in there and enjoy the lights. So
I do like that, falling asleep like in the living room with the only thing
yep,
on is the Christmas tree and
absolutely.
the TV.
It's just very relaxing.
Yeah. And maybe it's snowing outside at the same time and I don't have anywhere to go. That would be great. I don't get a lot of that. Oh, yeah,
But
Michigan probably will get. I don't know about
But
Maryland.
having the Christmas tree lights on, having the fireplace on, which now I can't do because freaking Tom Drexler, when they were laying the new line to my house because they were adding twice the amperes in my house.
Oh, electrical. Okay. Electrical line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like I guess every house in the world, or at least in America, has like 100 amps in their house, and because of the pool and the hot tub, everything, it was drawing all this extra amps, so they had to double the amps. And while they were cutting the wires, they ended up cutting the gas to the fireplace.
Uh,
And now, after that, I'm feeling nervous as hell turning on the damn fireplace.
well,
So
was it repaired?
it was,
Oh,
but they had to call out the fire department and everything. So
yeah.
now, but
Good.
I'm still nervous though.
They're supposed to. Yeah, there's. I was gonna say that's the worst line they could probably have cut, other than electrical itself, was gas line. Well,
Yeah.
don't they have? Do they have the concept of an organization called Julie or something like that? You ever heard of that? You call them ahead, and they call all the utilities to come out and mark where all the utilities are, so you can avoid
Yeah.
paying. I don't
Yeah.
know. If, that must be a state of Illinois thing, and each. I would assume each state has something like that.
Yeah, they
Anytime you're
called
looking,
the electrical company and the power company, everything to come out. Well, they are the well, no, they're
did they
not power company.
did they not mark the gas line then? Because I guess that could happen.
I mean, the house was built in like 1973, and the way that they had it marked was like, I guess,
They
not
missed the mark.
correct.
Yeah, it
And
happens. I'm just curious if I never thought about other states, but yeah, anytime you even I'm going to plant a tree, call Julie. Oh, you're going to do this and that, call Julie. Oh, okay. And
because
you get all these flags, and they come out and paint the red as I think what telephone, and I think orange was cable for us, and yellow I think is gas, and blue's
yeah,
water.
I
I'm
guess
not
a
going to.
lot of things that are wrong with this house were grandfathered in because of its age.
Yeah, it
But
could have been. Yeah, because I was going to say I think modern houses now, like my house is new enough; it's within 20 years. That I think it they all come now with like 200 amps. They know we're electrical hungry, right? Everybody's got a phone and a
yeah,
TV in their room now, and it's no big deal. But yeah, I think 100 to 200 amps in the snow in Maryland. Yeah, snow is great until it isn't. Like you said, you want that snow for Christmas,
yeah.
but February 2nd, you're kind of like, okay, it's Groundhog Day or whatever. Can we stop with the snow? Valentine's Day's around the corner. Oh, it's still snowing. Great. Sick of the snow. But
It's fine up until I tell them I got to get my cars up the hill out of my driveway.
oh, you got a little bit of a incline there. Yeah, that would suck.
Oh no, my driveway is like
Ooh,
this. So like literally, you got to come up the driveway like a steep decline. It's not like a little one either. So
I guess you get to
I
stay home.
mean,
Well, nowadays you can get everything delivered. Maybe you're okay. You can stay home for a little bit.
yeah. But like you got Cubby, what are you
Oh,
doing?
yeah, he probably does. Winterize the pool. There's probably something you have to do, isn't it, to winterize the pool? I didn't
Oh
think.
yeah, we already did that, and man, I don't know. To be honest, I think all they did was put a tarp over the pool, and for that they charged me $530. I'm
Are they
like, wait,
doing it?
really?
No
I'm like,
chemicals or anything like
like
that?
I thought that's what they did. Like, but when you look inside the pool, like that pool is dark, like dirty, completely filled with leaves. And I'm looking at that, I'm like, what did you guys do other than put a tarp on and take the pump off on the backside or the little sand pump thing? I don't know what it is. It's like a little blue pump thing. Um, but I gotta call the guys back in the spring, and they're supposed to come in and actually get all those leaves out and get the water actually crystal blue.
Open the pool back up.
But
Yeah,
uh,
it's
but
hard to know
the
who to trust with that stuff. I don't know if we missed anything on the way. We're doing things. Yeah, talk about trees. Oh, so I did break down. Actually, I ate them last weekend. I got some zebra cakes in the grocery. They were surprisingly still good. I was assuming they'd be crap. Have you ever heard the term enshittification? A couple years ago, I got like a Pop Tart
Yeah.
because I had them in years and they were terrible. And then I think I got in the mood for like a Hostess, like what do they call it? Isn't there like the coconut snowballs or whatever? And I think even a Twinkie.
Yeah.
And they were terrible too. Now, admittedly, they're a different company now. So I just
Yeah.
kind of assumed that these zebra cakes would probably suck. But no, they were still pretty good. I was kind of surprised. Oh, ham. Turkey's good.
Turkey.
Ham's better. Spiral sliced ham. You can't beat a spiral sliced ham.
I mean, I take
I'm the weird
turkey
one.
or I take ham for sandwiches, but when it comes to like Christmas dinner or Thanksgiving dinner, I mean, I have to have the turkey. But
Ham can be Christmassy, but turkey, yeah, you kind of have to have turkey if you're going to have something else. On Thanksgiving is fine, but everybody expects the turkey. White meat or dark meat on the turkey?
either or.
Oh, okay. I prefer the dark meat. I'm the weird one. A lot of people like the white meat. They're like, well, that's more likely to dry out. I like the dark meat.
I take both.
Yeah, you're not picky. But yeah, if I have druthers, every once in a while, if there's a big enough group of people when I'm going to a Thanksgiving dinner, they'll have both turkey and ham, and you're just kind of like, oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, my wife, she's gonna be ordering dinner this year. After her surgery, she's gonna be in a cast for like 6 weeks. So
Oh, geez.
I'm like, all right, if we're not gonna be having Thanksgiving dinner this year, I'm like, can you like order us like some like Cracker Barrel or something?
Oh,
I kind of feel like she's gonna be ordering like, I don't know. I don't know what restaurant she's gonna order from. You know what? It's funny. I think Cracker Barrel has probably the simplest dinner plate in the world, but I think it's also one of the best. Because Cracker Barrel, you get like a chicken fried steak or chicken fried country fried chicken. What's it called? Country fried steak, country fried chicken, whatever it's called. I think it's country fried chicken.
okay.
Country fried chicken, and then you get like these. I think it's called loaded macaroni and French fries. Again, a very plain, simple plate, but it's probably the best meal you can get. And Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, and they're a great place. Do they still do? I haven't been to Cracker Barrel in a while. They used to have that game, the peg game. I used to be pretty good at it, where you had to jump the pegs until you left one left. I was
I
so
don't
good
know.
at it. Somebody finally bought me one of those. I have them somewhere on a desk on my shelf somewhere. Used to
I've
play
never been to
Cracker
the restaurant directly. We've only gotten a
Barrel.
takeout from them a few times.
You need to go. Yeah, there's a peg game. So are you thinking getting Thanksgiving from Cracker Barrel? I didn't know if they did that. Okay, I see Bob Evans keeps advertising it because I go there every once in a while.
Bob
There you go.
Evans. I wonder if that's who we should mention.
Do you have any Bob Evanses? I assume they're pretty much in a lot of places.
Nah, I'm pretty sure they got DoorDash on there.
Okay,
But
yeah, I don't know about a full Thanksgiving. Yeah, I think because they're always advertising their farmhouse feast and all that. And get a bunch of, here's your breakfast for the whole family or even dinners. So they probably do a Thanksgiving thing. I've never used it.
these Udi Patooties.
Yeah,
That's pretty funny.
they're being silly. So bum failed. He failed. It's definitely out of a can is better than real cranberries. We're talking Thanksgiving. Steven failed too. Sorry, Steven.
Man.
That's kind of one of those things. I don't know. Real cranberry sauce is good, but it's surprisingly good how cranberry sauce out of a can is good. And you dump it out, and if you get it out in one thing, and it looks like the inside of the can and everything. I don't know why, but it tastes actually pretty decent. Or cranberries in your stuffing. You ever do that? Somebody's saying pear in their stuffing. Oh, is that Fox?
No, this is Cubby.
Is that Cubby?
She keeps walking around, so she wants to say hi.
Hello? Go Cubby. Go Cubbies.
Say hi. Say hi.
How it doing?
She's pissed.
Really? What? At the little kitties or at you or what happened?
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
I don't think she wants to be on camera.
Oh,
you're on camera?
Camera shot?
Camera phone?
You promised you'd pay me the next time you put me on camera. I want to be paid for my appearance, my likeness.
You want to have it, people? Say hi.
Gotta make a figure out of Cubby.
Say hi. Say one about your. Actually, are your ears better? She's been scratching her ears a lot, so she's been losing like all her hair on her ears.
Dry skin or something?
I don't know if it was allergies or what, but
No. She looks just annoyed, but not enough to like hiss or
no.
just kind of like I'm like, this is weird. Why am I up here?
You
What are you doing,
wanna
Dad?
go out? Now she's checking out my posters.
She wants to buy one. Wants to take it with. You do have quite a collection there.
Well, she was checking out the WrestleMania, the arcade game for Sega Genesis.
Is that what that is in the middle? Is that the Ultimate Warrior and Hogan? Is that what that is? It kind of looks like a.
I think that one right there.
Oh, is that a Super Nintendo game?
Was it Super Nintendo or yeah, that was Super Nintendo.
Kind of
I thought
like
it was Genesis.
Look because of the shape, maybe because weren't they like rectangular or something? It's been a while. It's funny. I think the last system I bought, I got back into computer gaming a couple years ago. My nephew did. The last system I bought was I think the Nintendo 64, and the only game I ever bought was the wrestling game. I think it was a WCW game, and we had a blast with that. I don't remember what it was called, but I think you can make your own characters and do wiki stuff, and it was really kind of interesting. But it was getting annoying at times because I was a kid that grew up even with an Atari, and so at this day and age, those controllers had like a billion buttons on them. I was kind of getting annoyed with them. You know, like Super Nintendo was probably my max. That's probably where I tapped out when they're like 4 buttons, and then they started throwing buttons on top. And now, like I look at a Nintendo, I've got an Xbox controller, and it's got the 2 joysticks and I think 1 or 2 D pads and 7 other buttons. I'm like, holy cow, might as well just use a keyboard. Oh, eggnog. Yeah, eggnog's good. Now, with or without alcohol? Eggnog. That's the question.
Now you can't put alcohol in eggnog.
Well, that's
eggnog is too delicious to ruin with any foreign substance.
I think it originated with alcohol, though. But yeah, I mean, growing up, of course, without alcohol. But
he's like, that's one of the best parts.
Yeah. No, it's kind of weird because it's a weird drink, isn't it? But I do like it.
I love eggnog
all year. I see why it's not around all year because it's kind of weird, and you can only have so much. I think it is kind of a rich usually drink if you get a good one. Because if you notice, it's usually a small container. You don't get like a. Well, actually, I think take that back. I think I've seen some stores have gallon eggnogs like the milk. But I think it's watered down a bit, right? It's not quite
maybe not full gallons, but I think they have like the what do you call them? Not half gallons. Hey, aren't they half gallons? They might be half gallons.
Could be half or a quarter, but yeah. But more than it used to be, bigger than it used to be. But they're the ones I've had were that big, aren't quite as concentrated or as rich as maybe some that come out of like a little carton.
Yeah, but I like the cinnamon spice ones.
Oh,
those are really good.
Mm-hmm. But now it looks like everyone's on the eggnog. Nobody said no eggnog. Oh, Steam Cube.
Steam Cube.
You're talking about video gaming. I forget. I think they call it the Steam Machine, I think, but it's cube shaped. If I'm getting that right, I think it allows you, I think, to play your PC games on your TV. It's like the exact backwards of, like I moved from my TV to my PC. So I really haven't gamed in a while. I do need to buy a new computer sometime. I keep looking at the mini computers that they have. I don't know if they'll be strong enough to game. I mean, I don't play like the latest cutting edge games, but I want to be able to. Maybe I'll buy myself that for Christmas this year. New computer.
So I'm curious. Does anybody here or has anybody currently go on family vacations? Because this is something that's important for me. But like even as an adult, no matter, and I've had a lot of good, paying jobs, a lot of contracting gigs where I've made decent money. And even with my wife and I, we have never gone on any family vacations. As a kid, my mom, my siblings, grandparents, I can't ever remember going on any family vacations.
Oh, really?
Now, yes, I could say my mom took me and my siblings. Maybe we went to my grandmother in St. Louis a few times, or maybe we, visited my uncle in South Carolina, maybe once or twice at some point, possibly. But I mean, that considered a family vacation? I don't know if you would count that as vacation. I mean, were trips to like Six Flags Great America, I mean, would that be considered a vacation? I mean, not really. I mean, that's just a day trip, you know. I mean, a trip to Santa's Village or Kittyland. I mean, those weren't really vacations. Again, that's 1 day trip, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Do you have to go to like a theme park or a beach or something for it to count as a vacation? I don't know.
I mean, I probably would consider that to be a vacation, even if it was just a single day. But I mean, what about when you're a kid and you're like, going to Greenbrier, and you're going to Greenbrier for like summer camp, and you're going to like a beach for a field trip that day. I mean, that's that could technically be vacation or something then, if that's what we're counting. So I don't know. Vacation to me has to be like Chevy Chase vacation type of deal, road
Mhm.
trip, uh, even an airplane trip, something where you're staying in a hotel for a day or longer. Whether it's a theme park, a beach, something where you're spending multiple days,
Mhm.
something where you're having some kind of memories, and I don't have that type of memories. I don't have anything like that.
Hmm. You need to. Of course, do either of you like really to travel? I always thought as I get older I would, but I think I hate traveling even more than I did as a kid. It's kind of like, oh, vacation sounds great. Like I want to do a tour of like Scotland and like go through some of the Scotch distilleries, and then of course you have all of the UK in general, Ireland and Britain, and then
Yep.
not even touching mainland. But I'm like, I'm never gonna survive a flight. Airplanes are so terrible. Like maybe a cruise, but how long would that take?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I might not make it. Plus, I know I'll be annoyed. I'll be for that long.
Let's see what
Oh,
we got
hey,
here.
there you go, bum. You is that you? Is that on your end?
Yeah, that was one of my cell phones.
Oh, nice.
That was my old cell phone.
Oh my gosh, that's big. Of course, it's
That's what
the
she
case. Giggity. See, so
said.
now Bum's embracing it. But you shot your eye out fighting off bears, right? I think we covered that in one of your streams. You got to dress it up a bit, like, yeah, I got in a knife fight with a hobo or something. Yeah, there's a lot of what was the theme? Talked about its favorite holiday movies. Yeah, I don't know if it's it counts. Groundhog Day. I wasn't sure if I wanted to count that or not, but Groundhog Day is a holiday, so I'm going to go with that. That's a good one. We've talked about that before. Really good movie.
Die Hard, best Christmas movie all time.
Die Hard's
Best
good.
Christmas movie. I would, my
Christmas with the
answer for
Cranks.
best
That's good.
Christmas movie is very simple. The Santa Claus.
Oh, really? Is that the Tim Allen one?
Mm-hmm.
They made a few of
Very,
those, I think, didn't they? Did they make sequels of that? I think they did.
yeah, they have three of them plus a TV show.
Really? Dang. Do they do that a crossover with Wild Things?
That would be funny as hell.
That's a callback, as the comedians like to say. You do a callback.
Christmas with the Cranks.
That was an underrated one. That was Jamie Lee Curtis, right? And then who else? Was Danny DeVito or somebody like that in there? It's coming off my chair. I'm trying to remember who all was in that one. Christmas with the Cranks. I know Jamie Lee Curtis.
Or Chevy Chase, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I mean, that's another classic.
Yeah, I mean that has to be up there.
Yellow Jackets on it. Yes, it does.
Dan Aykroyd. Yeah, Tim Allen was in Christmas with the Cranks, right? Tim Allen, Jamie Lee Curtis, Dan Aykroyd. That's what I was thinking of. Okay.
Yeah, it's my wife's hoodie. I just jacked it from her.
Is that based on the TV show?
Yellow Jackets, yeah.
I thought either that or she's a big Georgia Tech fan. Oh, that takes place in Illinois, Riverside, Illinois couple. Yeah, I know I've seen it, but okay. There you go.
She was leaving it hanging on the banister. I'm like, you know what? I'm about to steal this from her.
Yellow Jacket.
I've been playing with this damn tennis ball for like an hour and a half. I swear to God, it's left some kind of weird scent on my hands.
Whose tennis ball is it? The one that cats play with it, or do you guys like tennis? Or
No, it's just been sitting on my dresser over here, and I don't know. I just felt like I needed some kind of like stress relief. I've been freaking like stressing for like ever, and so I just felt like, okay, I was going to use it as a stress ball, but like every time I kind of like rub my nose or whatever, the nose is darn stuffy. I get a nose full of scent of this darn tennis ball, and it's like, ugh.
Can't remember the last tennis ball I had, but it smells like, I don't know, some kind of material, whatever it's made out of.
Yeah, but we used to play with tennis balls, giggity. We used to use tennis balls for baseball.
Yeah, sure.
Because
do you ever play wiffle ball? Speaking of different
no.
balls. Oh, really? Oh, man. You know what I'm talking about, though? The funny,
Yeah.
like thin yellow bats, but more importantly,
Yep.
the balls with the move. So everybody can throw like screwballs and stuff. You can make it really move crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, there was this church parking lot right behind our house, and we never played with league balls, so we always use tennis balls and for baseball. So sometimes we had gloves, sometimes not.
Yeah.
And we didn't always have a lot of people. Sometimes we only have like probably 2-on-2. Have the batter, you have a left fielder and you have a pitcher. Guy hits it to the left fielder, guy throws it to the pitcher catches the ball before the guy makes it to first base, the guy's out. The runner's out.
Yeah, that baseball's great, but it's tough if you don't have enough people. It seems like basketball wasn't my favorite sport growing up, but we played that a lot because you only needed like 2-on-2 basketball. You can really do a lot better than football, baseball, maybe, probably soccer. I was into soccer, but it was always hard to get enough people together to play football and baseball. Home for the Holidays. I don't know. Robert Downey Jr. Yeah, I don't know if I've seen that one.
Home for the Holidays with Robert Downey Jr. It's a great laugh. Home for the Holidays. I kind of feel like I've seen that, but I just can't picture it. Have you ever had your in-laws over for the holidays?
Okay, Holly Hunter. I think I've seen this one.
I haven't had them over, but I think the last time I've ever had ever spent time with the in-laws are, shoot.
She flies from Chicago to spend Thanksgiving at the Baltimore home of her parents. A lot of Illinois references in these movies, huh?
Damn,
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, another Christmas movie. They're traveling back to Illinois, I think, in that one. A lot of weird Illinois. I remember Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
I think 2006 or 2007, I think, was the last time I ever spent, because, damn. Yeah, I think around 2007. Because I know I was in Fort Hood, and I had to have gotten back from my first combat deployment. And that pissed me off because it's Thanksgiving, and what's Thanksgiving? It's a 4-day holiday for the military. And my wife and I, we were leaving like Wednesday afternoon to fly to Colorado to go to her father's and his girlfriend's. They were living together at the time, and spend time with his girlfriend and her family. And my freaking NCO wouldn't even like give me the time to travel. Right? They actually made me put in leave, so I had to put in a 4-day pass. Use up my 4 days. Give up 4 days of leave for that. I was pissed. There was going to be 4 days of freaking 4 days of free 4-day pass anyways, and I had to use leave on that.
Oh,
I'm like, son of a bitch.
How much leave do you get? I never even thought about that. You think about like PTO and stuff, earning vacation, and you're in the private sector.
2.5 days. 2.5 days a month, so 30 days a year.
So yes, that would have been 4 days. That would have been almost 2 months of leave used up, right?
So yeah, so that's
for that.
I mean, I don't go anywhere, so I didn't. I never take leave, so I really don't have to. Does it really kill me in the long run? No, but I mean, think about it this way: you save up 60 days. Imagine if I was getting out of the Army and I had 60 days of leave worth. I could have sold those 60 days and got 2 months worth of pay back immediately.
Oh, they do let you sell your time for money. Okay, that's cool.
I mean, people always say that it's better to use up your leave than to sell it, but
Well, depends. To each their own.
or at the end of, or you can look at it this way: if you're getting out of the army, you got 60 days of leave available. You could go on. You could just take the last 2 months of your contract and basically sit at home for the last 2 months and
Yeah,
just use up those last 60 days until your
that's nice.
contract runs out.
One of my jobs, they used to once a year because I was in consulting, so they wanted you to bill instead of, taking time off. So they incentivized this and say, hey, once a year you can take up to a week, 40 hours of time off, get paid for it instead at time and a half. So it's almost like you worked overtime. And so I'd save up enough to sell it every year until I stopped doing that. And then my current job, a lot of people will retire early, like you're saying, with that time. Like, oh, they have 3 months worth, so it's actually they're not retiring now; they're retiring in 3 months, which is kind of nice. Santa with muscle starring the Hulkster. Santa's Slave. You ever heard of that one? That sounds like
Santa
a horror movie.
with Goldberg.
Is it? I'm tired all of a sudden.
Santa Slave, Goldberg and Emily DeRaven.
Really? Goldberg, the wrestler?
Like 2005. It's a horror movie.
You mean because of Goldberg's acting, or no? Okay.
Yeah, Goldberg played Santa Claus.
Yeah, I was making fun of.
Or the evil Santa Claus.
He come out and re-injured Bret Hart in that one. It's funny because that OVP podcast, I think I've talked to it more than once. And the one guy really enjoys Bret Hart, but he does a good Bret Hart impersonation, so he'll work that in every once in a while. Because they're watching even like old wrestling when Bret Hart started, and his name was spelled with 2 T's, and even wore he wasn't even the Hart Foundation yet. He was wearing blue pants and all that stuff. And he'd be like, "Oh, my dad used to eat bees." The way he would talk like it was pretty funny. Because Bret Hart is kind of a curmudgeon now. He's always he's earned the right. He had a long career and he's a distinguished wrestler, but I think sometimes people get sick of him complaining. But I get it. I mean, Goldberg. I liked Goldberg though when even though I knew it was fake, I was into the Goldberg streak back in the day because I was watching the Monday Night Wars. That wasn't too bad.
Right.
And I was a football fan, so the football stuff played with me.
Wasn't Goldberg I don't know what made him pop in my head right now. Wasn't Goldberg in freaking the Water Boy?
He might have been. You know what I watched this afternoon because my nephew kept making fun of him for liking the movie. It was an old Damon Wayans movie called Major Payne, where he's I think he was a Marine. I just watched it and I already forgot. And he's like, what is it? He was passed up for I think promotion twice, so they had to cut him loose, and he goes out to this prep school. And so I forgot at one point. It's kind of interesting because it's similar to a Clint Eastwood movie. You remember he comes back. He's a drill sergeant, and he tries to whip this ragtag bunch of adults into shape. It was around the time of Grenada because they actually go and fight. What was that called?
I don't know.
So it was the same thing where Clint Eastwood, they hate him, and they hired this guy called, I think, the Swede to come and beat Clint Eastwood up, and he makes him look silly. Well, in Major Payne, they do the same thing, but the guy they get to do it,
Bam Bam.
Yeah, and I didn't realize that. I totally forgot. It shows up like, it's Bam Bam Bigelow. Yeah, it was neat because it's very similar to, I wish I could remember that Clint Eastwood movie. Same kind of deal. But it was Bam Bam Bigelow. The Swede, I don't know who that was. I don't know if he was a famous guy, but he was a big guy, and Clint Eastwood makes him look silly.
Oh, damn, that movie, that's what Stripes was?
What?
The movie you just described, Ross said that was Stripes.
No, that's Bill Murray. That's a comedy. I'm going to have to look that up, Clint Eastwood. It's funny because I was also telling my nephew, I was talking about Unforgiven, and he was like, "Man, you kind of got that memorized." I'm like, "Yeah, the last scenes of Unforgiven are very remarkable."
Hey, Steven. Generally, if my wife needs something, she will send it to me in like a link, and I will buy it for her offline. But I honestly prefer to buy something for her in the stores. But it's kind of hard to buy stuff for her because we never go out. We're pretty much homebodies, and that kind of leads me to like one of the last things that I have written down here. One of the last topics I had written down here, which is childhood friendships. kind of branching off of Jason's title, the whole "Hey, do you remember?" topic that he does. I don't know what else to call it. That's why I'm kind of stealing his topic. The whole "Hey, do you remember?" Hey, do you remember your childhood friendships? For
Yeah.
me, I do not remember my childhood friendships. Like, I remember a lot of my childhood best friends and everything, but do I maintain a lot of those childhood friendships? Do I keep in contact with a lot of those childhood friends? Do I keep in contact with a lot of people that I was in the army with? Do I have a lot of relationships or keep in contact with a lot of people that I work with? And I don't, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Now, there are certain people that I worked with before that I used to talk to. There's a lot of people that I've met on YouTube or that I've met through eBay or something that I contact either message or that I talk to in other ways. But normally, no. Um, Generally, there's people that I refer to as school friends, or I refer to as work friends. I.e., if I'm in school, I might be hanging out with them the entire time that I'm actually in school, from start to finish. But when school is over. That is it. Uh, we don't hang out on the weekends. We don't talk to each other on the phone. That is it. Work, same thing. We might be, glued at the hip while we're at work, but once work is over, we don't hang out on weekends. We don't go to the movies. We don't I'm not, at the birth of this guy's first child, or I'm not the best man at the bachelor party or anything like that. So it's like, this is why I classify as, work friends, school friends, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
It takes
Army.
work.
So it's,
It's harder the older you get. It takes work. I
yeah.
went out with lunch today with a friend, but all my childhood friends finally, I don't know who started it, but we all got back together on Signal. I don't know why. I think one of them
Yeah.
was worried about, I don't know, the government snooping. I don't know. Like it's just yet another texting thing, like whatever. And so we keep together there on Signal, and we'll post random stuff. But that's probably to the extent of the childhood friends. But it's kind of nice to reach back out to them, even some that live around me or don't. But yeah, it's tough. I'm also because I'm a lazy homebody, so
Hmm.
like this kind of thing is perfect because I can be at home and still interact with people, and that'll be good
Yeah.
for days, right? And then maybe I'll go to work and interact with people, and then it'll be good for day. It doesn't take a lot of for me to gain energy from socializing. And then I'm like, okay, I'm good for a little bit. I want to go do whatever I want now. You know what I mean? You're an adult, you can do that, right? You don't have to go to everything. It's actually hard for a while, and I had that problem saying no to people.
Hmm.
That's it's hard to learn sometimes, whether it's at work when they want you to do stuff or just, hey, come to my this, come to my that. And like, no, I don't think so. I'm going to enjoy my weekend. I only got 2 days off. I'm not going to go to your seventh child, whatever the heck. If you don't know them real well, right? You're like, yeah. But maybe I like to go to parties and stuff. I've never been a big party guy. A lot of times I go and it's too many people and I get kind of saps my energy. I'm more of an introvert.
Well, funny thing is, back in 2007, I lived on Fort Hood. I lived in family housing, and my next door neighbor, a fellow
They made the
specialist.
houses out of people, real families and
Huh?
stuff. They made the houses out of real families and stuff, huh? Family housing. Trying to think of weird. I don't know. Popped into my head. I'm now
Well,
picturing like
that's just what it's
buildings made
called.
out of people.
It's called
Yeah,
family housing because it's on post housing for the soldiers.
and their families.
Uh, you actually gotta sign up, and if there's housing available, the soldiers can move on post. Otherwise, but most soldiers want to live off post because they don't want to have follow the rules and regulations to live
Oh,
on post. But if you live on post, you lose your BAH, which is your housing allowance. But if you live on post, you don't have to pay rent. If something in your house breaks, housing comes in, they'll fix it.
that would
But
be nice.
you don't have to pay for you don't have to pay mortgage. You don't have to pay for electricity. You don't have to pay for water or garbage pickup or any of that.
That seems like a good
Uh,
deal.
So,
If
but
the
yeah,
rules are honored.
but let's say BAH for Fort Hood was $750 a month, and you find a house where your mortgage was $550 a month. Okay, you that $200 a month extra. Let's say your electricity was $150. Okay, you're up to $700.
Yep.
You got $50 left over.
What if something breaks in your
Exactly,
house? Yeah.
but at the end of the day, that's still your house. You own it,
Okay.
or
You can sell it, in other words, too, right? And make the money
yeah.
off of it. But I don't
So
know. Sounds like a good deal, the family housing. You don't have to worry about it. You're protected. Sounds like all your utilities are covered. Maybe you don't get the allowance, but
yeah,
sounds like a decent deal. Are the rules that onerous? You said you have to live up to the rules and regulations being on post.
yeah. So like your grass can only be a certain height and whatnot.
Well, like
You
your hair,
gotta
is it one of those things? Like the hair has to be a certain
yeah.
height, the grass has to be a certain height. That's kind of
Your
interesting.
grass has to be a certain level. You can't decorate your yard a certain way and
All right.
whatnot. So I mean, everything has to be dress by dress, just like the military uniform has to be dressed by dress a
Okay.
certain way, right? So, um,
You thought your HOA was tough. Imagine the
yep.
military. They hate your HOA. It sounds like, doesn't it?
So,
Interesting.
uh, so my next door neighbor, like, his wife was pregnant, and he actually called me up in the middle of the night and said, "Hey, his wife was giving birth." And my wife and I actually did go to the hospital, and
Nice.
actually did. We're in the hospital with him when his baby was getting born was born. I actually tell this story because this son of a gun actually hit on my wife later on and actually tried to sleep with her. And she actually told me about this later. I'm like, you fucking asshole. This is why,
Oh
like,
my
it's so
gosh.
freaking hard to try and make friends with people. Additionally, I continue on and
Holy
I
cow.
continue telling these stories because why I say it's so hard to make friends. And when I say why it's hard to make friends, but why it's hard to see where other people where their heads are at, what their feelings are, because like I said, my wife and I were homebodies. So
I understand that.
uh like the incidents from earlier I was talking about, I didn't even know that there was an issue until I read that post earlier today. Um I had tried calling, like this guy is like my best friend, and I tried calling him and messaging him like,
Mm.
a couple times each over the last couple weeks, and no response. But I've been so swamped with other things, I wasn't even thinking about not getting any kind of callback or response. And I saw the response today, and I had no idea that he was, feeling a certain way. And now I'm reading this, and I'm like, damn, I think I may have just lost one of my best friends, and I don't know how to treat the situation. Do I give him time and just think, hey, maybe he's just having a bad day and uh, he just needed to vent? Do I reach out to him like, hey, do you need to talk, or do I just give him room and let him reach out during his own time? I don't freaking know.
Yeah.
So
I,
like he didn't call me, he didn't mention me by name or anything, but I know he was addressing me, so
maybe
I don't know
he,
how to approach it.
of course, did it just happen? That wasn't that long ago, was it? When you,
No, it was a couple weeks ago.
oh, it
He's
was.
adjusted the situation from a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, so he's had some time already then. Huh? I would
But
have give him time, but he's already had some time, so I don't know. That is
yeah,
tough.
but but he just posted a thing like yesterday, I think. So I just saw the posting today, and I'm
Mm.
like I was getting ready to leave a message like, hey, congratulating on this new purchase, until I kept reading and realized it was more to the story. I'm like, wow, I didn't know that you felt this strongly. And like I felt like shit, but like, do I deserve to feel like shit? Like I didn't even realize I did anything wrong.
Yeah.
And I didn't do anything wrong.
So maybe he
And if
does.
I
Mm.
if I went more in detail and explained the situation, I think a lot of people would be like, "No, man, you really didn't." But
You can always do that anonymously on like Reddit. They have a am I an asshole subreddit.
yeah,
You ever read it? I always wondered who posted that stuff. I'll read them every once in a while. It's interesting to see what people. Of course, anymore. Do you believe any of them that are posted? I don't know, but
yeah,
I would say give him more time. But if he's already had that much time, I don't know. It's a tough one since I don't know him no well. What
yeah.
else can you do?
But I'm thinking I'm just gonna like let him reach out to me when he's ready. But like
Hopefully just give
like I
him
said,
more time.
he's like one of my best friends, and I don't want to lose that friendship.
You known him for a while.
Um, I met him on my YouTube channel, so it's been a couple years.
Maybe
But
give
like I talked to him more than anyone else, so
maybe stressing out about Thanksgiving or something. Give him time. Maybe check in after Thanksgiving, but before Christmas, or I don't know.
yeah. So I'm gonna read some of these comments. I'm like
Mm.
way behind now.
Talk a lot of Masters of the Universe figures. It looks like I don't follow it as much as they do, so it's kind of interesting to them talk about it.
Oh damn!
Mosquitoer, Mosquitoer. Did I pronounce that? Hordak.
Never brought up. Yeah, because I was seeing a lot of stuff about him, and I'm like, well, I was like falling
Yeah,
behind on a lot of stuff.
I saw the Motu, so I'm like, well, that's probably Masters of the Universe. And I'm like, is that different than He-Man? Is that bigger than He-Man? I don't even know. I just said, I had some He-Man figures as a kid, and I bought a few of the wrestling He-Man style figures, but I can't remember my He-Man figs as much. Other than wasn't there that one that you could like spin his head and he could change? Was that a He-Man figure? What was his name?
Oh, many faces or something.
Was that it? You know what I'm talking about? That was a He-Man figure, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't actually watch He-Man growing up, but I actually do have a lot of He-Man figures now. But that's just because it's '80s related, and I kind of felt like I needed it for the collection. But like, I don't collect a lot of that. It's just like I said, it's just there. Oh,
I missed it, but I don't have any new Joes, but man, I love GI Joes as a kid. It's kind of weird that I don't buy them now because they still make them. But that was probably my favorite figure growing up to play with were GI Joes.
it's like Mosquito.
Man, probably were GI Joes my first fig. LGNs might have even been, but I was really young. I'd have been like 6 or 7, I think, when LGNs came in. I don't remember us having that many, but I remember playing with them. What would have been my first figure as a kid? Would it have been LGN? I don't even know. Had some turtles. Those were always fun.
That would be my guess.
Had lots of wrestling, Hasbro, the retros. Those were fun. Even the Gloop style were fun, even though I wasn't a big WCW fan. I just like, new wrestling figures. Great, let's buy them. Turtles were good. GI Joes. Mask, even for a while. I remember having some Mask. Voltron at a moment.
I'm telling
I guess
you,
that counts.
Galoob were dollar store pickups for me. I
That's
just
awesome.
I don't know where everyone's telling me, like, they used to always say that they got theirs from Toys R Us.
That's where I got mine.
I never saw those at Toys R Us.
I think it was the first time we finally got a Toys R Us in town. And I think about video games and all this stuff. But I remember going there with my allowance and like lawnmower money and stuff, mowing lawns. And like, now I get to pick up Sid Vicious or Ric Flair or whatever, get the Steiner Brothers. Yeah.
There was this big dollar store. I don't remember what it was called. I just knew it as the dollar store, right at the corner of Devon and California. Or I'm sorry, on Devon and Western Avenue, and that
Up in
was
Chicago somewhere, up in the burbs or something.
yeah. Well, what was it? Is it? Yeah. So California, yeah, Devon and Western Avenue. I'll make sure I got the right. I got the right intersection.
You got me
So,
with Western Avenue. It sounded like Chicago area. Yeah.
Yeah, in Chicago. Yeah. So in Chicago, and that's where we got like those bootleg Remco looking figures that I always complained about with the L-shaped legs that look really stupid. And that's why I always hated Remco, because I thought those were Remco figures. And that's where we got the Galoob figures. And that's why I'm like, these are like cheap, poorly made figures.
Mm-hmm.
But I talked to people today, and they're like, "Oh yeah, they're always at Toys R Us." I'm like, "No, we never got these at no door in Toys R Us or KB Toys or anything like that."
Really?
So
I think they're talking GI Joe figures and stuff. Figure collections. Isn't that an O-ring style too? The Power Pack or whatever they're called. What are those called? Was it figure? I think it was figure collections. Oh, the original Gloob, Steven? Because what is it? Top Rope Collectibles are making the Gloobs? Is that the only company so far?
I always get them mixed up. I always call them either tightrope or top rope.
Well, then you got Title Run and you got Top Rope, and I bought them both at J&J, so they kind of blend together in my head, right? I'm like, which one is it called again? TRC, TRT, Power Pack. I think these are O-ring style. Yeah, 375. So like we were talking with Bum, I think it was Bum, that's the Macho Man fan, right? That you still have to have a lot of money if all you're going to collect is Macho Man figures, because everyone makes a Macho Man. I'm looking here. So you got the Macho Man O-ring that just came out with Pro Wrestling Tees. I think these are G.I. Joe O-ring style. Power Pack wrestlers. They're from Figure Collections. The two figures they're releasing right now, Andre and Macho. I did pre-order those because I'm a sucker. But I think, who's making another line? There's another line. KWK?
Yeah, they got some awesome pieces.
And that's where I'm getting the name from. And I think that's the official name. They're definitely calling it like O-ring Heroes or something like that.
I'm not familiar with that right there.
I'll buy them when they come, because like I said, GI Joes were probably the ones I played with the most, and the most of the things I would do with the GI Joes, wrestle. So wrestlers as GI Joe figures, it seems like it was so obvious what took them, right? So obvious now, but
not wrestling figures. But I don't know how old I was, but I'm assuming probably around 2 or 3 years old. Those proton packs from Ghostbusters, the blue pack that had the little proton. That's probably like one of my oldest toys that I can actually remember.
Star Wars style. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to remember. What would have been Army Ants? Did anybody ever collect those? I remember those as a kid. I didn't want to say collect, but I think I saw them at KB Toys. One of the was it KB? One of those pre-Toy Story toys that we used to have, and
Star Wars stuff. No,
I have a lot of Star Wars. I like the movies. I had a lot of Return of the Jedi themed stuff, like pillowcases and stuff like that. But for some reason, not as many figures.
No, I was never into Star Wars, Star Trek, anything like that.
I was more into Star Wars than Star Trek. It wasn't until I was more of a young adult, I think, when I got into Star Trek. And even then, I feel like I should watch Next Generation because everyone says it's the greatest. I still haven't. I watched the movies, but not the TV show. I don't know what it is. Star Trek had them still. Hit them all with the Dairy Age. What's that? Yeah, the original Gloobs. Are those expensive? You have a lot of the Gloobs, don't you? The originals, the Gloob.
Yeah,
you've done a lot of videos on them.
They're not bad. If you're only going for the US versions, you could probably get all of the original 12 for like less than $150. If you want the variants, because Butch Reed has like 2 different variants, you might have to get, if you want them for good condition, the variants might cost for like maybe $30 or more each.
Okay, that's not bad. I think it's Butch Reed though, so is he worth it? I don't know.
Yeah, I like Butch Reed. Butch Reed's like one of my favorites. So,
as a wrestler or as a figure?
As a figure.
Yeah, I was gonna say as a wrestler, he's kind of forgettable, unfortunately for him.
But
he's never really.
Now Arn Anderson has 2 variants: bald spot and no bald spot.
That's right. Okay, that's the Gloob one that has that version.
Yeah. So you got 12 figures. If you throw in a bald spot, Arn Anderson, that gives you 13 figures.
Poor guy.
If you throw in the 2 extra variants, that gives you 15 figures. So Butch Reed. So even that tech basically gives you more than the 12 original characters. So you look at 12 characters, 15 figures already. And then you get to the UK figures, which are like massively expensive.
Are they that different, the UK figures? I didn't even know there were UK different ones. That's interesting.
I mean, you got a lot of repaints, but you got a lot of new characters as well. Freebirds, El Gigante. You got
interesting. The Freebirds are so famous. You kind of have to get those, I would think, right? Even if you're not collecting them all.
You got a new Sting on there.
Oh,
you got Sting, a new Lex Luger. So much. So
do you feel bad that Arn Anderson's chase is known as like the bald spot Arn Anderson? Can you imagine? Usually it's like a repaint or this or that. You're like, oh, the one that has the bald spot. Oh, okay, thanks.
And the bald spot's more valuable than the non-bald spot.
That's so funny though. That's his variant bald spot.
I was eventually Hasbro. I skipped the LGNs. I don't know. I just wasn't a fan. Oh man, I finally got back in contact with Alibaba the other day,
Okay,
and I was so excited. They told me it was going to be about $12 to manufacture my figure for me, and
12.
about $4 for a package. I'm like, hold on a minute,
Really?
$16 to do my figure all in package plus figure. That is awesome. Let's get started. Then they tell me they don't do rubber, only plastic.
There
I'm
you
like,
go. There's
get
the
the F
catch.
out of here.
There's the catch. Yep.
I'm like, God dang. Now I can do away with that $100 price tag I was thinking about originally. I could probably bring it down to like $30, maybe 40 if I really want to turn a big profit on this. I mean, maybe I'll have to do what Latuni and Big R guys are doing, maybe charge 50, but I
You'd
mean,
get in okay.
if it really is $16, does that include a poster? I mean, if not, how much does a poster cost? If that's going to cost a whole lot more, then maybe it is a $50 a sale price for me. But but let's say $16, maybe I can sell it for 40. Okay, great. But not for no damn plastic.
I was just gonna say you don't want to make plastic figs though, right? Yeah.
No, I mean I really want it to be a rubber figure.
Would they even
If
do
I
rubber, or they said they wouldn't even do rubber? They wouldn't even give you a price. They
No,
didn't.
he just said they don't do rubber. I'm like,
That's interesting.
hold up, we've been talking about this for months. We've been
And
going
you
back and
you
forth.
said first thing rubber, rubber, rubber,
Yeah,
rubber. You said it more than once,
yeah.
probably, right? Yeah.
I think that I don't know if he thinks I'm like pulling his chain or something or what, but
Or trying
how
to
have
pull
we been
yours.
talking about this for like a long time, and now all of a sudden it's just blatant. We don't do rubber. I'm like, wait, what? What?
They should have started with that when they first talked to you, but probably he figured if I string you long enough, you'll settle and make plastic figures with me, right? I'm guessing is what the long game was in that card, right?
Maybe. I mean, that's just so stupid. I'm like,
Or they weren't paying attention. I guess that's also possible.
yeah. So I'm gonna talk to Ahmad over at Latuni again and see if I could go through his company. Um, So Kevin Pelkey with Print Fury, he finished my new mold with the devil figure, so he should be done with the BBA figure pretty soon.
Was that a new
And
mold you posted a little bit ago?
yes,
Because it looked like his legs were fixed. Remember
yeah.
when like the
Well,
legs were little?
the hands were also corrected.
Okay, but the big
So
thing I noticed were the legs. I'm like, okay, that's better. Yeah, I
yeah,
didn't think about it that you're getting them redone. So, yeah, that makes
yeah.
sense.
So I mean, it's still because originally the hands were supposed to be the SD Jones choke slam, and
Okay,
I wanted because I wanted the Greg Valentine arm up here, but I wanted it with the right side.
okay.
But for whatever reason, they can't get me that pose. So it was more like this
Mm-hmm.
or whatnot. And so once that's gonna be done, I'm gonna try and get that. I'm gonna get the BBA. I'm gonna get the 3D file from him. I'm gonna send that over to Ahmad at Latuni and see what it's gonna cost to get those figures made. And if the price is right, maybe I could try and at least get one figure made and see how well they sell. Maybe I can make two figures because I think a lot of people on my page have said that they would buy one. And if I can make like maybe 100 figures instead of 500, then that might be doable.
Would he let you sell them on his site and stuff, partner them that way, or would you still sell them separately? Yeah, I don't know how it works. If
Even if he says that he would sell them on his for a
Wouldn't that
price,
be
I
pretty
mean,
cool? We go out to
it,
Latuni, get the new
yeah,
candy throwing macho, and get one or two of your figures and get them all.
yeah.
That'd be pretty
As
cool.
long as I'm not taking a loss, I mean that's my main
Yeah.
concern. As long as I'm made whole and the figures are out there, I mean I think at this point, if it's not something where I can make a business out of it, as long as the viewers can get something for themselves, I mean that would be just fun.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have, like I said before, it doesn't have to be like this big massive business. It could be just like a fun concept for all of us. That's why I don't want to charge some like massive massive amount of money.
I was just talking. They're talking about some LGNs and stuff. Instead of typing, I guess I could say, but like
Yeah.
Bob saying, it's hard. You only have so much money, and he's just limiting himself to retros. Which even limiting yourself to retros, there's a million of those lines. And I talk about
Yeah.
how with LGNs, you could probably start collecting them because they're not too bad. And I distinctly remember, I think I pre-ordered the Dusty and Cena were the first ones I pre-ordered when they first announced
Yeah.
them. And at the time, Target had like a coupon for XYZ off of toy purchases. I used to use them on Legos. Every once in a while, I use them on wrestling figures from them. And so I actually saved. I think I spent like $40 pre-ordering those two. So I saved, $10 because they had some coupon they applied to my pre-order. I was like, okay, Target, sign me up. I should have pre-ordered more. I should have pre-ordered two of each because now I probably would have a black card and a blue card of each. But I really wasn't into min-on card collecting then. But so be on the lookout. Target is always running ads and sales for that stuff.
Nice.
So you might even be able to get it cheaper than $25. Definitely don't pay the eBay prices. Unless you're buying it from Watty, then that's okay. But right, until they start showing up in stores, unless you really, really need that figure itch that you want it in person now, I would wait. They're saying Black Friday, they'll actually be in stores. And then from there, we'll see how rare. Like maybe black cards will still be rare, but if you just want to figure to open, you'll probably be able to get all four of them. I'm assuming, even Hogan. Don't pay $100 for a blue card Hogan right now. In other words, right?
No.
Wait a little bit. I mean,
So
40 or $50 maybe if you really want it, within reason. But some of these people, like with the BRGs, I mean, I'm seeing BRGs like Missy Hyatt. They want to sell it for $80. I'm like, I can literally buy Missy Hyatt from collectmajor.com on sale this weekend for 30% off. Why are you selling it for $80 through eBay? But I guess people don't check, right? They just don't shop around. These people, what they want to ask for these figures is amazing. I've started joining some of the Facebook groups, and some of those idiots on there are like, oh, yeah, I've got a signed Matt Cardona red, white, and blue edition, $300. I'm like, he's not a big enough wrestler for me to want to pay $300. I know he owns the company, but I'm not paying $300 for the rare Cardona. I've got one or two Cardona figures. That's enough for me. I'm not gonna. I would if I was going to spend $300, I'd buy one of the original Demolitions I missed. I'm not going to, but if I would, I'll buy a Demolition. I'm not buying Matt Cardona. Sorry, Cardona. I love your figures, but I've got one of his. I think I've got the Death Match King one. That was a pseudo rare-ish one, and I think I got one of his other ones. I would like to get them all eventually, but no, I like the Sergeant Slaughters. I'd like to get one of those, but everybody asks him $1 million for those. I like to get one of the Bloody Races or Flares, but everybody wants $1 million for those. So I'm kind of like, well, I'm holding out.
Yeah, Steven, with if big rubber guys are over there making fun of Latuni, I just think that's in very poor taste.
Yes,
because I mean they're already a highly successful company, and you have a mod from Latuni doing reviews on their figures and always giving them very positive reviews.
Yep.
So just because they're in competition, I mean, look at us collectors. We buy, they're coming out with this very similar stuff, and we're buying the same stuff from both sides.
Yep.
Doesn't mean just because they're coming out with similar things, doesn't mean we're not going to buy from both of them.
I'm more likely to buy it all. I'm buying the LGNs from Latuni. I'm buying the LGNs from BRG. I'm buying the LGNs from LGN. Mattel. I'm not stopping. I'm buying them all.
If they're coming out with a good product, you're going to buy. I mean, customers are going to buy from both companies, buy from every company. So you don't have to, degrade another business just to make yourself look better.
What's really egregious about it, though, is like, and you've talked about it, Cardona specifically comes out, oh, he loves Zombie Sailor.
And they're a
terrible, terrible company, terrible person.
Absolutely.
And he's going to ditch AJ and Latuni, who's a great company and a great person. It's like, but every once in a while, like I get Cardona, I like him because he's a collector. He's spending his hard-earned money on this stuff too, but he does rub me the wrong way sometimes. His behavior is a bit like I've seen a few of his Whatnot shows and stuff, and somebody buy a figure from him, and he'd be like, "Hey, can I get the autographed? I'll pay for it." He's like, "No, that's not how it works, buddy." I'm like, what do you mean how it works? Sign the fucking thing, dude. Grow up. What are you, 5? Like, just sometimes he rubs me the wrong way. He's got like Long Islander in him. I mean, I appreciate him. I didn't watch him as a wrestler. I wasn't into wrestling at that time. Yeah. I like that he started this company. That's great, right? To be our big rubber guy's great. Just you don't have to go out of your way to. That's sad. Why was he making fun of Latuni? Like, what did they do to him?
Absolutely. And I'm so disappointed at that last set of Brian Myers, the Flash getup, the TNA.
Yeah,
man, yeah. I bought 2 of those suckers.
Is that the New York Comic-Con exclusive? That one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Got 2 of those suckers in. They're both damaged.
Both of them are?
Both those suckers. I was ticked.
So another reason I'm glad I'm not a min on card guy. Well, but with BRG they're resealable, so that really sucks, right?
Yeah.
You could open them both, but no, they're both damaged. Shipped from Collect Major, right? So did they ship them well, or did they ship them poorly?
Well, the box they came in was fine, but the inner boxes, they were both crushed.
They could have been crushed on the way from China. You don't know, right? They did. Yeah. That sucks. Oh, yeah. Speaking of figures, I got... Oh, the stand just fell. I broke my rule. I was going to stick to wrestling figures, but I did get... This is Zombie Sailor, so, yeah, unfortunately, we just talked about him. But, I mean, because of, Army of Darkness, and he's got a chainsaw, I had to get that one. When I got the dog, right? I'm like, well, I threw at him and Mr. Hughes. I had to get him. He does kind of have, like, he kind of hunches forward. It is a bit odd. Though it is a shotgun. Okay, good. His boomstick was a shotgun, but to me it kind of looked like a rifle. But I think it's supposed to be a shotgun. But it looks like a rifle to me. It's so long. I don't know. But yeah, you can kind of see the pump there. So good. He's got his boomstick and his chainsaw.
You see the upcoming flare coming from Latuni?
No, I don't think I have. Which is that what the surprise was going to be?
The flare, he's going to be all...
He's going to be... What's he doing?
You know how Flair, he's synonymous for, like, when he gets kind of like dazed and confused, he kind of like bounces around and kind of like...
The famous, like, he just... And then he falls down. Oh, he's going to get him like mid-fall or something like that?
Yeah, it's going to be freaking classic. I'm like, I am curious how he's going to get that, because he's going to have Flair where he's kind of like... So I don't know how they're going to do it, but that is going to be so freaking interesting.
And that is so Flair. Now... I was watching some older wrestling, and I do think like Valentine and a few other people did it, but Flair's the one that does it the best, and he's the most... It's such a great... It's like it is kind of a Three Stooges-esque type comedy to wrestling, but it does add to the wrestling match, doesn't it, when he does that? Oh, because he'll like take a few steps, like he's okay, and then he falls, right? That is a really good spot. Even before I like Ric Flair, because I never used to follow him and didn't like him. I enjoyed that spot, right? Even before. Yeah. What did they have a name for that? What do they call that? The famous like Flair flop or something? I don't know. The Fosbury flop? No, that's something different. That's neat. So I haven't seen that review. I must have missed that. Was it on Facebook?
Oh shoot! Yeah, it might be on his Instagram or something right now.
Okay, I forget Instagram too. There's so many of them. But he's been very active. I've seen a lot more posts out of him, which is great. I don't know how he does it. Oh yeah. Yeah, because I have so many questions for him. I would like to talk to AJ.
Let's see. Need another live stream of the Latuni three-way. Giggity. Dance, Latuni, Watty, and FlytheL. Let's up and go.
Giggity. Can you do with this app? Can you do more than 2 people? Do you know?
I've never tried it, but I mean, we could try it one day.
We could get Bum in there too. Have a big Saturday.
Gangbang.
Pepper him with questions.
King.
No, that was great because I had tons of questions for him. Though I still he hasn't taken me up on the one because I want to buy them all, but like Bill Bum says, I only have so much money. So I'm kind of parsing it out. So when he says like the Jungle Macho is now in stock, I'm like, okay, that's going to be my next purchase. I pre-ordered a bunch of the stuff, but I admit it takes time to get the stuff, but I can't just pre-order everything yet. Like I want to get probably both Legion of Doom Everest, but those are like $150 or $200 a piece, right? I mean, that adds up quickly.
I think there's I thought the same thing, but I think that's for the pair.
Yeah, you get 2 of them, but he's got 2 different ones, the gold and the red. Right. I'm like, well, maybe I only need one, but I'll probably buy them both. But each pair is like $170 or $200. So that's $340 or $400 a piece. I still have a bunch of Giants I haven't bought yet because they're not like I want to get the King Macho. I haven't pre-ordered that yet, and the Candy Throne because they're different. And I think the Andre and the suit I haven't bought yet because it's next year, right? So I'm like, I have time. So I try to pay attention to when he says, "Oh, it's on the boat." Like he does a good job of telling you the different stages they're in.
Yeah.
I just wish he'd have like a nice chart on his app so I could prioritize my next order. Which ones should I pre-order because they're closer? You know what I mean? That's really all I'm asking for. Because I think I finally just paid off my last pre-order I made. It was a mixture of some machos he had, and I think I finally bought the WrestleMatic Andres because I know he sold out of. He used to have you can get all 3 Andres in a package deal, and he sold out of those. So I was kind of nervous. So I pre-ordered the 3 of them individually. And I think I got the last Macho WrestleMatic which I think is now in stock. He hasn't shipped it yet. I think he's probably waiting for some other figures maybe, but I just want to prioritize, like, what do I need to pre-order next when I go to the site? I noticed that the Gloob Style Top Rope, is it?
Yeah.
Or title? No, I think it's Top Rope. Their website, they've got a nice breakdown. They must have done it here in November. I just happened to look the other day just to see, because I think the Diamond Stud finally sold out at J&J. I pre-ordered that a while ago, so it's kind of nice to see. But I'm like, I'm wondering where they're at, because I think he's supposed to be any time now. And Scott Hall, I kind of like him, so I'm kind of interested to see those. And on their site, they have many different stages, and they'll tell you, oh, we're in modeling or this or that. I don't even know what the stages are in making a figure. You probably know now going through it. And they're like, okay, yeah, the Diamond Stud's now here. What's the next one? Bagwell's one of them, and then
I think Orndorff and Razor. I keep calling Razor Ramon because that's the only one I know him. Scott Hall and I think Paul Orndorff are like the only ones I'm waiting on.
Paul Orndorff. Top Rope Collectibles. Yeah, I mean, I like that it's Diamond Stud because not everybody remembers him like that. And with Diamond Dallas Page, they should have a Diamond Dallas Page, but maybe he can't sign him. But I'm going to their site now. Marcus Alexander Bagwell. Oh, PN News was the first one, but I think somewhere in here they do have a updates maybe. But now they break down. Yeah, Joey Janela. Yeah, I'm not as big in the garbage. Oh, let's look at Diamond Stud in transit. So you go to his site, and it's like sketches, check, packaging artwork done, 3D base mesh done, 3D model done, resin prototype, renders, blah, blah, blah. There's a bunch of stages. And now it says shipping to territories, check. So I assume that's what they're doing now. Shipping to buyers is next. They haven't done that yet. And then in stock is the final one. So they've got like probably 10 steps here, and they show you. So they've really gone to the effort of showing you where these figures are.
Nice.
Have the pre-order model. I kind of want a little bit of, not that, I mean, we've had good success with BRG, Latuni, Top Rope, but enough people have been hurt by Power Town and apparently Rush Collectibles. I didn't know they were a bunch of jerks. That you're like, okay, pre-order, that's not for everyone. A lot of people are like, no, I'm going to wait, right? I don't mind the pre-orders because BRG is probably going to be around Collect Major. Latuni is definitely going to be around. I don't mind that. Some of the pre-orders I don't mind, but some of them you're kind of like, yeah, I don't know who you are yet, right? Like if I didn't see the PN News is already in, and I've got a few now, and they're being sold through J&J Figures. They seem pretty reasonable. I've dealt with them. They're pretty well. I'm like, okay, I have a little more comfort in Top Rope, maybe. But what turns a Top Rope, because Power Town, though I think, didn't they have problems with their first figures? Were they on time, at least? I was never, Oh, you reset. Now you're back. Did Power Town have a problem with their first figures? I mean, so any of these companies could go from great to Power Town, if something bad happens. So you get kind of nervous with the pre-orders, right?
Yeah, Power Town, from what I was told, it was like, what, a year and a half or something, 2 years.
So they were late on the first one
to get their stuff in. So
I heard they're great figures, but I missed them. I was never in them, and I don't know. I think you have to buy them on eBay, so I'm like, I probably won't chase them,
And to think, I was one of those people who were actually mad that I actually missed that initial batch because I actually wanted those. And hearing all the frustration a lot of people were having with that company, I'm glad I didn't go for that because I would have been so damn frustrated myself.
Is it okay if I show off? I did come prepared. So I finally got the Matt. This is the Matt Maniacs Legion of Doom.
And I wanted those too.
They're still available on Andy's Toy Closet. I could send you a link. I found it was just a random Shopify site. And also, yeah, if you're gonna start your own shop, Shopify seems to be the way to go. I'd only really ever heard of them because they give Jim Cornette money, so he's always doing Shopify ads. They have a store there. Latuni's store is actually Shopify. Collect Major is actually Shopify. You can kind of tell. This Andy's Toy Closet, I just found them randomly. So because then they're out of stock at Nerd Closet, I think is the official Matt Maniacs dealer.
Yeah.
So they're out of stock there. I pre-ordered the other ones. So I'm like, well, can I now that I'm in on the Matt Maniacs, where can I get the one that I'm missing is one that I really like. Legion of Doom I even like better than Demolition, right? I gotta have Legion of Doom. And so I found an Andy's Toy Closet for the regular price. On Shopify. I'm like, okay, great. Let's see if Andy's Toy Closet is a legit business. Because we were just talking with the pre-order model. You never know. And nope, they shipped it out. Got them. What's also nice, if you're a mint collector, every Matt Maniacs comes in a protective clear. It's fairly strong. So in transit, your card's going to be in good shape, and mine was. So if you're worried about your package getting busted, it won't happen. That's built into the price on Matt Maniacs, and I thought that was kind of neat. I mean, I still took it out of the box, but the box is in great shape. Still got the plastic around it. You can take it out of the plastic box if you want, but they are kind of cartoony.
Yeah.
You kind of see, but I kind of like it. I mean, not everything. I mean, what's the point of having every figure look the same, anyways, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, it's an art form, and this is their interpretation of it. So I'm down, and it's Legion of Doom. You know, unless you hate wrestling, who doesn't like Legion of Doom? They were badasses, right?
Hey, Steven. So I honestly have not been picking up anything of lately, anything lately. Shoot, like
I'm
if you
taking up.
actually if you look at my purchases, like nothing. Like all of my recent purchases, I think Danhausen and the Green Trunks, Ric Flair from Big Rubber Guys. I think that's like probably the only thing I picked up in like the last month.
Mm-hmm.
So
Those are pretty good though.
I mean, yeah, I mean, what else has come in? Oh, that Brian Myers red outfit from Big Rubber Guys. I mean,
Okay.
that's it. That's the only thing I've gotten in like in the last month or so. Uh the Mattel LJNs from the pre-order that I mean that's come in. Um the most recent order from NECA. Uh do I even have those in here?
Oh,
But that was a pre-order from months and months ago. That came in recently,
what'd you get?
but that uh do I have those? I probably no, those are down no,
Because there was something.
those are downstairs.
I'm still trying to limit myself to wrestling figures. Ash, you know, not included. Because I mean, he's got a chainsaw for a hand, and I love the movie. I gotta have Ash.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to limit myself. Even though you saw, I've collected all kinds of different. Like I've said, I'll just do LGN. The one that I probably will still stay away from is the modern articulated Mattel style elites and ultimates. I honestly don't like those that much at all, and they trim those
Yeah.
out. You know, so I keep looking. I'm like, okay, I'll limit myself to CM Punk, and even that, I'm kind of like, oh, look, it's CM Punk in like white tights or something. Like, oh, who cares? It's not enough for me to care. Other than I did get a Punk Ultimate because it was my free Christmas gift from my company because they partnered with Amazon. So I'm like, well, it's free. I'll get that. But I don't know that I care about the articulated figures that much anymore. You know what I mean?
Mm.
It's weird. I don't like them as much.
Yeah.
They don't always stand as well. Like we worry about the big rubber guys. Like I think this Brian Myers will stand pretty well. That model, my model doesn't stand real well, but I think I can bend him a little bit, maybe warm him up or something, or get those stands. But the ultimates, they're always because maybe they move so much. There's a lot of articulation in the feet, even and stuff that you're kind of like, well. And I'm not going to wrestle them. I guess if I was a wrestling kid, a toy playing with toys, probably the modern articulator would be cool. But for me, I don't know what it is. I don't know that I care. Maybe they make too many of them. I don't know.
Oh, you know what? That Halloween Havoc Macho Man, the Tarzan Macho Man from Latuni, that's what's coming in. So that
Yeah,
pre-order.
that's in stock now, so you should be getting that soon. I think, right? I
Yeah,
need to
so
buy it.
that I got a notification. That's what's coming in.
Nice.
So so
I want to see the
nothing
video.
that I'm not ordering anything new. I haven't bought anything new. So anything that I've been getting in or that's coming in is, past pre-orders. So I really don't have anything technically to show off during live streams because I'm just simply not buying anything. I'm just so fixated on paying for that financial burden that's out there.
Deck and pool and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
I literally just Monday paid for my roof. I've made the final payment, so
yeah.
not gonna buy again. I didn't really stop, but I mean the insurance paid for a lot of it. But yeah, it's tough adulting, isn't it? I want to buy more toys, but freaking bills. No, I can't complain. I make more than I need to. So
The
right now,
new
this is where my excess money goes. Is these little tchotchkes.
the new contractors I hired, they actually been giving me some good design ideas, but I
For the
just don't
deck?
know. Yeah, I just don't know what to do though because like I don't want the deck to be. Hey, right now, the additional design idea would basically take up the entire yard. Like the yard would be nothing but deck, which is actually good for me because it
Do,
means I
do you
don't
like
have
grass
to mow
that much?
anything.
I was gonna say, do you like grass that much? I'd be fine with that.
I mean, yeah,
Okay.
basically, like I don't have to mow anything, which would be awesome. But at the same time, I mean, do I want nothing but deck out there? I mean, especially if I gotta pay to have more tile because that's another thing. Do
Mm.
I have to pay for more supplies to become in? I mean, do I have to pay? Do I also have to wait even longer for the deck to be completed so that they can have more supplies brought in and have them take even longer to have to complete the project? Now, obviously, these are complete new contractors that I've hired because the last contractors completely screwed me over. Yeah, that's part of the stress and frustration right now that I'm experiencing. Um, do I gotta? Is this guy gonna do the right thing and reimburse me the amount that I paid, which I don't think he is? How am I gonna take this guy to court? How do I take this guy to court? Do I gotta hire an attorney? Do
And
I
how much
just,
will that cost you to take them to
you
court?
know,
Yeah.
all that stuff? So I don't know how to sue somebody. I don't know how to take anybody to court. I don't know the process to do all this stuff.
If it takes them a while, that could help you out, unless they want all the money up front, which you won't going to give them all the money up anyways. Maybe they'll give you some time, or maybe they won't do it over the winter, so you can save up some funds, so you
No.
can properly afford it in the spring. But yeah, I mean, if you can afford it, that doesn't sound bad. Getting rid of the grass. I don't really care for grass that much anymore. I don't have any dogs or kids that need to play in it, so I'm like, well, okay. Just
Yeah.
kind of mow it and de-weed it every week. It seems like a waste of money. That is a big thing in America. We waste a lot of money on the grass unless you use it. And how many people really use that grass? A deck, you will, a patio, you use those. Cook out, grill out, sit around, talk and drink, and fire pit in the fall and winter. That sort of stuff. That makes sense. But Boston, that's
So, like,
best.
I'm wondering, like, should I have like one deck where it's like kind of extended? Because like there's like this retaining wall behind my where I park my cars. And so imagine this is where we park the cars, and then here's the retaining wall. And then this there's this drop down. So here's the retaining wall, and this is the drop down.
Mm-hmm.
Do I want to have the deck over here like extend over in this way, right where that drop down is, and then have this open area be all deck? Or do I want to have this drop down, have like a little smaller deck down here built, and then have like over here like stairs? So there's stairs down here
Yeah.
into like the sub patio deck area.
But then you'll be below the level of the pool there.
Yes.
Do you want to be below the level of the pool? I don't know. The
I
question.
mean, it just gives you like a secondary patio, deck area, a secondary hangout area, kind of.
My first home as a kid, we had a pool like yours. I think it was mostly above ground though. Well, yours is kind of at spots below ground now, isn't it? The way they've shaped it.
Mm,
But it was definitely
yeah.
a similar idea. Yeah, I think I remember my dad cut the deck to fit around the pool, so you could jump off the deck into the pool and stuff like that. If I remember correctly. I mean, I was really young, like 5 or 6. Um, so that might be an idea. It feels like to me having the deck right by the pool there would make more sense. Sit on the deck, dangle your feet in the pool. You can jump off the deck into the pool or whatever, rather than below the pool. I don't know if that'd be super useful, but it just depends what you're going to do. Sounds like you have a lot of deck though, won't you, to get down to the pool level from the house? Because will there all be deck from the house on to that part too? You have to connect it, and so it's like one big deck structure or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's
So,
pretty much like level right up against the concrete, right up where so right the concrete that meets the house. It's pretty much like level right up against it. So I was gonna wait until like the deck was completely finished before posting like my start to finish project video, but I might just do a, a video right now, and that way the viewers can kind of see what's happening. So
are they going to be working through the winter here, or they're not going to work
they,
until next year?
no, the guys that are working out right now, they should be done hopefully in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, okay. So they are actively finishing the original design or something like that. You're talking about
Yeah,
extending? Yeah.
yeah, the guys that I hired right now, they've been working on it for like the last several days, the last week or
Oh,
so.
good.
Yeah, they should be done in like 2 weeks or so.
That'd be good.
So they should be done probably, I would say by Christmas. I mean, not by Christmas, by probably by December 1st.
Yeah. Okay.
A little after Thanksgiving, maybe. I don't think it'll be that much longer.
That can be nice. Yeah, and you feel like once you make the decision, did I make the right one? We were in a rush to grow up. Remember as a kid, like, oh, I can't wait to grow up. Oh yeah, are you sure? I want to be a kid now. I want to be back home, like 10-year-old or whatever, and my parents are doing all the hard thinking and decision making, and I can just play with my toys or whatever. If only. Nope. Now I got to make all the decisions. Some days that's great though. Kind of like, okay, I'm gonna have donuts for breakfast or whatever. But some days it's hard. What do I do with the house? Do I put on a new roof? What do I do with this deck? What do I do with the grass? It's not growing, or this tree is dying. What do I do there? Oh, I need to worry about the plumbing or whatever homeowner thing comes up, Or maybe the car. Oh, is the car in trouble? How old's the car? Like I think my tires are getting kind of old, but it's low mileage. So do I replace the tires this year? Or do I wait another year? All those decisions you have to make as an adult now.
So Steven asked if my wife wants me to cut my hair still.
Huh?
Uh, she is. Her
Go short
Christmas
like me.
present. Yeah, my wife's Christmas present. My present to her is for her, or is for me to cut her, is for me to cut my hair. But I've said it before, man. It's like I've been growing out my hair for about 3.5, 4 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of feel like it's work, man. It's like I don't want to I don't want to cut it because like I've been growing up for so long that it's I feel like I would be losing all that work that of growing it out over all this time. But
Mm-hmm.
but then again, it gets in your way sometimes, But
Mm-hmm.
so I don't know.
'Cause I'm the same
But
way. I've got kind of a beard, and it takes a while for it to grow. So I'm kind of like until it gets annoying or it gets so low that I can tuck it into my shirt, which I can now. I'm like, okay, maybe I'll cut it. I'll cut it short, but I like to leave it on because it takes a while for me to grow. Even like my mustache takes a while to grow in. So I kind of just, in fact, I trimmed it today because it was getting below the lip. You know what I mean? I thought I
plus
need to cut it.
if I cut my hair, then I won't get all the trans jokes on my live streams. Like, oh my god, you're such a beautiful transsexual. I'm like, what
That,
kind of world are we living in where just by having long hair, you're automatically considered transsexual? Like, what the hell?
they learned a new word. Remember how we said when we were kids we called everything gay? Everything's trans now. They're like, hey, it's not gay, it's trans. Okay, great. Funny, real
Like,
original joke, buddy.
why can't I just be considered to be like the next Bon Jovi or something?
Hey, there you go.
Be like the next rock star or whatnot.
I mean, there were a lot of rock stars like in the '80s. Their long hair, I thought was kind of stupid. I never
Like,
was into
damn.
that. They really had more of your, I guess, transsexual adjacent hair styles, right? Some of those
Oh,
hair rockers, but
oh, but
we
it's
didn't
kind
know
of
then.
it is funny as hell though. 20 was it 2017 yet? No, it was still 2016. 2016, I was working for Lockheed Martin, and I was on the SF compound in Camp Brown in Kandahar, Afghanistan.
Oh,
And
you said you'd never been on vacation.
shit,
Isn't that where you go for vacation? Hey guys, let's go to Kandahar. It's lovely to
holy
see
yeah,
you here.
shit, man.
No, yeah,
Man, Kandahar is like a damn freaking stink hole, man. Shit.
yeah.
Actually, Kandahar, if I were talking about one of my favorite places, though, that was for contracting purposes. I'm sure if I were a soldier, deploying to Kandahar, that would have freaking sucked. But
Mm-hmm.
um, from contracting, yeah, that was one of my favorites, though. But being on Camp Brown, that was that's one of my favorite SF compounds. But so every now and then, my mustache, it's crazy, right? So it goes past my lips. So I'm like, okay, I get over there and I cut my mustache, blah, blah, blah. And it goes, I might cut it a little bit too far. So I'm like, okay, fine. It looks terrible. I got to shave off my mustache.
Oh,
But then if I shave off my mustache, guess what?
now you look weird.
Also got to trim whatever the hell you call this damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I cut that too much, and then I'm like, okay, that looks terrible. So I gotta cut that off. Then maybe my beard is a little bit too deep, so I gotta cut that damn thing off.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
I
scary.
I I hate the way I look without facial hair.
Because I
And
let
that
it go and then I'll cut it with my electric clippers that I cut my head with. And then I'll trim here and I get a little nervous if I get this too short or whatever, or
Yep,
this is thinner than this. And I'm like, I got to make them look even. And then pretty soon this is all, messed up. So I try to
yeah.
avoid that as much as I can.
But I don't look good. I don't like the way I look without facial hair. I at the very
Yeah.
least I have to
Yeah.
have at least a mustache. But I'm walking around. I got long hair, no facial hair.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in the office and I'm working one day, yada yada yada, whatever. My supply sergeant walks
Mm.
into the room. The PBO, the property book officer, I mean, again, a supply sergeant. But he tells me that the one of the team guys was talking about uh talking about that ugly chick.
Oh no,
Because,
they're
and
calling
I'm
you the
like,
ugly chick.
talk about that ugly chick. I'm like, what are you talking about? They were talking about the civilian, the civilian supply, the civilian supply guy, and that was in the office, and you want the supply guys or one of the team guys didn't know who they were talking about because they were in their morning meeting, and like, oh, you talk about that ugly chick. All they saw was this clean shaven face. Didn't really get a good look at me with long hair, and apparently I made a very ugly woman. So now every day I hear someone get on this live stream and say, "You are a very attractive transsexual." I just get like, yeah, that
they
makes
were
me very happy.
they were wrong. You make a lovely woman. Yeah, I didn't. So it brings you back there, doesn't it, to Kandahar?
I'm like, yeah, those motherfuckers are damn out of their goddamn mind because apparently I am a very sexy goddamn person.
They were wrong. Yeah, I know that's like the word, the thing now, but it's kind of a replacement for everyone's gay, you're trans, whatever. Okay.
Oh man,
That is funny though. That as soon as you said ugly woman, it took me a second. I'm like, oh, they're talking about you, aren't they? They didn't get a real good look because you're clean shaven. Well, as if every woman has long hair and only women have long hair, right? I guess maybe on a base they're used to clean shaven soldiers and stuff. Maybe I don't know. Well, the women,
yeah,
do they also have hair requirements? I assume. Do they keep their hair short? The women in the military too? Not like this
no,
short. They
no,
don't care.
no,
Oh, so okay.
no. I mean, they keep up in a bun
But
and stuff, but
the guys don't have long hair in the military, do they? That's
no.
a no. So any long haired person, they just kind of assume is a woman, probably. That's what
Yes.
they're used to seeing. Maybe I don't know. I'm giving the benefit of the doubt, right? You see that
You
ugly
also got to
face?
realize that team guys, they got to fit in with, if you're in Afghanistan, you got to fit in with the locals. So
Yeah.
your special forces, you got full grown beards and everything. So team guys don't walk around in military uniforms most of the time.
Mm.
Most of the time, they're just walking around in regular clothes. Now, when they go on missions, yeah, they got full grown beards and everything, and they got uniforms on and whatnot when they go on missions. But most of the time, these guys are just walking around in damn sandals and shorts and white beaters and stuff.
Mm.
Uh, yeah, man, you go to any of these SF compounds, yeah, these guys sleeping until like 3 p.m. Well, like I said, walking around in damn sandals all day. I'm like, don't get me wrong,
Lazy bum.
love love the guys to death, amazing dudes. Um, guys are fucking superheroes, man. Um, very select few people in this world can do what those freaking guys can do.
Mm-hmm.
So, no shade to them. Respect the hell out of them. I mean, a lot of the guys work freaking long hours. Like they go deep into the freaking nighttime, and to go on missions to do what they can do, freaking incredible.
Let them
So,
sleep in then. If they
but
when
but
they
yeah,
can, let them
they
sleep in.
freaking sleep the damn day away.
Because, like you said, though, they were probably out.
Yeah,
Yeah, let them
I mean
sleep in if they can.
they have to do night missions. So
The Four Horsemen or the Four Horsemen, huh? We have like a the Four Horsemen. Steven is talking about us.
uh,
Right.
once you get on this, I visit Chinatown.
Didn't they usually do it like that? They had a lot of different Four Horsemen, didn't they? Should have brought my Arn and Ric Flair with me. Well,
Mm.
Tully was a horseman at one point, right? I don't know if do I have any other horsemen? With me. Was Berserker ever a horseman? I know.
I don't think so.
Honorary Barry Horowitz, the Four Horsemen? No, he probably wouldn't.
Nice.
I'm just whatever. I always keep figures. This is also my work desk, so I always have figures and tchotchkes on here. If I'm thinking about something and I want to, think about it, I'll be like, oh, here's the Berserker. I'll be like, oh, let's play with his sword and stuff while I'm thinking about a problem and trying to solve it. And then I'll get sick of them and I'll bring in new figures and put these guys away somewhere.
Hey, Otter, what's going on, buddy?
Oops. Man, that helmet will not stay on.
That for Berserker?
Yeah, the helmet. I need to get like double-sided tape or something. I'm not sure. They never meant you to keep that helmet on his head. I don't know what they were thinking. What is that in there?
Holding up all four fingers, no one else wants to join me. uh,
I can think of them doing their promos and stuff in the studio, and I'm thinking of the Four Horsemen right now. That's such a pretty cool gimmick.
shit, I told my wife that when a day comes and I get out, when I hit a certain weight limit, when I get down to like 145, that's when I was gonna shave my head.
Oh, okay. Little motivation, maybe, or something.
I mean, I was gonna shave my head when I got down to like I was supposed to hit like 145 in October,
That was the original plan.
but then I plateaued back in like April, and then I talked about it already. I started doing live streams and then started drinking every week and plateaued and didn't lose any weight for like 6 months. So
Yeah, the drinking will do it, won't it?
yeah, so I think I'm back on target again. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you haven't really been drinking much, right?
No, so I mean I've eliminated drinking, and I'm hoping that let's say by February, maybe. I'm hoping by February. If I could get into, let's say, 150 by February, by my birthday in February 19th.
Your birthday's in February?
Mm-hmm.
I was just talking today. My birthday's in February too, and then like my buddy, his wife,
Nice.
birthday's in February. There's a lot of February birthdays. Michael Jordan, I think, was born on the 17th or the 19th.
Yep, 17th. Yep.
17th, yeah. A lot of February birthdays. I always remember that. You shaved
So
the head of Austin team. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Next.
awesome. Thank you, Steven.
The broken glass thing on your next stream after you shave your head like Austin. Dun 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 dun. That broken glass is great.
There was this a freaking video. Like I think I've talked about this video before on live stream, and Ralph Boy.
Ralph Boy?
I mean, you guys could check it out if you want to. I mean, it's a pretty decent comedy video. Kirk was telling me about it a couple months back. He showed me the video. Somebody was making fun of him in the video about his giveaway.
Oh, that one. Okay.
And I watched it, and you know, there's a small clip with me in it, kind of making fun of me too. I'm like, okay, you know, it's a good video. It's a funny video. It's a good song. It's a good beat. Like I could jam. I could blast that song on the highway. Sit there and jam to it while I'm speeding down the highway or something. So I didn't mind it. It was a good song. I actually thoroughly enjoyed the song. I mean, I didn't like being made fun of, but you know what? A good comedy I could laugh at. But then they came out with a second song and wasn't a good song. The CGI, the AI was really terrible. Then somebody else came out with like a third song and it was even worse. Again, AI was just straight trash. The song was horrible. The lyrics were bad. And I'm like, I get it. You're trying to rip off this first song, and it just wasn't good.
Yeah.
You're trying to get a rise out of both our channels and try to get us to talk about it, so get more influx of viewers to watch your video. But it's just not good.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't know what you're trying to prove though, dude. I'm like, you're trying to make me look like I said, like Violet from Willy Wonka, trying to make me blow up to look like I'm like sick, like I belong on my 600-pound life.
Really?
And it's funny that the clip that they took was of me wearing like this blue, like it was wintertime, and I was wearing like this big blue winter sweater.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
oh,
dude,
that's why it's blue. Okay.
I'm like, I'm wearing like this big puffy winter sweater, and of course I'm wearing like this huge t-shirt underneath it and everything. So yeah, the damn sweater it makes me look a little bit heavier. But like, you make it seem like I'm like 400 damn pounds or something.
The sweater and the shirt were baggy, so it made you
Yeah,
look
so
bigger, right?
and I probably wasn't even 200 damn pounds in that damn video. Okay, like you see me now, like I'm like not even 170. Like I was probably barely heavier then than I am in like I am now. So
Fat
I'm like
joke's
what?
easy. Fat
I'm
joke's
like
easy.
I'm like what 165 pounds right now or something. So I was probably maybe 175 in that video. I'm throwing out a number. I'm just guessing. I don't know.
Yeah.
And they're trying to make me seem like I was like 375 pounds or something. And in the video, they keep making me get heavier
Bigger.
and
Yeah.
heavier. Like I'm like, dude, that's so stupid.
Fat jokes and gay jokes are pretty easy material, so that's probably
Yeah.
what I'm going after, right? It's easy.
So
Just call you fat, call you gay, call you trans. Don't have to think.
so I'm like, okay, whatever.
That's a weird movie, though, really, isn't it, Willy Wonka?
Yeah, my wife and I, she put that on again. Like she's watched that movie like twice in like the last few months.
It's a good movie.
Um,
The original, right, with Gene Wilder?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not bad. The new one they came out with the new CGI with the little fake, I don't know, little troll looking guy. Like I don't know, man. I hate that.
I don't know about that one. I was thinking of wasn't it like Timothy Chalamet or somebody like that in the new one?
Is that who it was?
And then they had Johnny Depp, I think, in
Yeah.
one.
Yeah,
But
she hates the Johnny Depp one, but the new one that came out like last year or something was horrible.
I don't. I think I saw it, but it was on in the background. I didn't pay that much attention. But the original Gene Wilder one is a trip
Yeah.
because at times you're kind of like he's just a comedic guy with a chocolate factory or whatever, and then at times he
Yeah.
just goes like legitimately crazy, like the boat ride, the famous boat ride.
Yeah.
That is just you're kind of like this is a children's movie. It's based on a children's book by Roald Dahl. I remember reading that. I'm like, what happened? And then of course at that point, I think Gene Wilder was pretty much a comedic actor, right? He wasn't known for.
Mhm.
So you're like, oh, he's going to be the light and funny and comedic owner of a chocolate factory. This kid's movie, and then you're like, I forget how it goes. The boat ride that not a creature was stirring or whatever. You know, it gets really trippy and scary and crazy, and you're like, what am I watching? Am I high now? It feels like somebody getting high in this boat ride. And then he has the other
That
stuff. I mean, the Oompa Loompas and they're always having these like, morbid songs about, oh look, we just killed your kid practically, right?
that is
Augustus
funny.
Gloomp, he's sucked into that chocolate tube. He could suffocate.
Yep.
He can't breathe in chocolate. And then the Oompa Loompas come out and sing about it, and you're like, what the hell's going on here? Is he dead? Is he alive? Where did he go? Right? You're like, it's such a crazy movie. I really enjoy it. Better than because I don't think either the other two do that stuff. None of them have the kids touring the factory and getting in trouble, like potentially dangerous trouble, right? Like deadly trouble. Even Violet Borough, name still.
I didn't
She
watch
blows
the
up.
whole newest movie, and
I don't
I don't
remember.
really remember Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I
Oh,
know
really?
I saw it, I just don't remember it.
Gotta watch it. Good movie. Gene Wilder. Yeah.
But I mean, Willy Wonka. I mean, I enjoyed that one,
Do. And the Oompa Loompas are all like bright orange, I think.
and I love the Oompa Loompas in Willy Wonka. Like I love their songs.
Do they have any figures? Now I'm thinking about it. Are there any Oompa Loompa Willy Wonka figures? I've never looked. And then Charlie living with I think both sets of grandparents, like bedbound, right in that shack that they lived in, and he gets the golden ticket. Yeah, that's really
Hey,
just
take care, Steven.
yeah. Steve Van Leaf.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, what's up, bud?
Hey, we're doing pretty good. 8:23 here, 2.5 hours. You got any other
Yep.
topics on your list?
Um,
Talked about
let's see.
holidays, which is the season.
Yeah, so we hit up Christmas. First apartment, a house, first job. I mean, I briefly hit on that, I think.
Yeah, the
Uh,
sleep on the floor in the what do you call it?
I mean, well, the first job I talked, well,
Sleeping bag.
first part, yeah. Well, I mean, the first apartment, where was that? It was was it called? No, Casablanca was my address in Fort Hood.
Oh, really?
No,
Casablanca?
no. Yeah, so yeah, Casablanca was my house in Fort Hood. So what the hell was Rosa something was
Oh,
my apartment. So trying to remember the address. I can't remember it. Damn.
all the gin joints in all the towns, and you had to walk into my Fort Hood.
Shit.
I think that was Casablanca, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I've never actually seen it all the way through. I just know a few of the quotes from it. But that's interesting. They named a street Casablanca. I guess I mean I've seen
Yeah.
weird street names.
I could always tell people I lived in the White House.
Oh, was that the street? It's called the White
Yep.
House. Nice. Ironically, the White House was it Pennsylvania Avenue? They should call it like all the companies, like Microsoft's. I think at One Microsoft Way. How lucky is that they happen to move on to the street named after Microsoft? That's just
Mm.
lucky for them, huh? But all the
But
big companies do that. Probably good. Well, no, I think is Apple's like I don't think it's Apple Street or whatever. It's like Hyperloop or something. I don't know, but
mm.
a lot of them do that. When they're big enough, they can just kind of name the street whatever you want. But no, like White House, could they call it like White House Avenue or something? Rename
Well, I
it
mean,
DC?
it literally was called like my address was like 165-2 Casablanca. So, but that was my Fort Hood address. But my first apartment, like I lived in my apartment for 6 months, 5 months, like that. And then we deployed. And when I deployed, my wife went back to live with her father or lived with her mom, and she was with her mom for a few months. And she could have stayed in our apartment, but I wanted her to go live with her mom because I wanted to collect on I wanted to get some of that BAH, and I want her to live with her mom so that, we could save that money,
Yeah.
and we weren't spending that money on rent. Well, she was only there for a few months, and then she went to Colorado to live with her father because she couldn't stand living with her mom.
And
Which
also,
kinda
she would have
sucked.
been by herself too, right? So you thought, okay, it'd be nice if she was with family or friends or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and it kinda sucked because when I went on leave, I wanted to go back to Chicago and, go see my family and whatnot,
She's in Colorado.
and I ended up going to Colorado, and I had no ties to Colorado, but, hey, when I went to Colorado, I, ended up getting a driver's license because my Illinois license expired,
Hmm.
and I ended up getting a Colorado license,
Hmm.
but that was nice because I actually love the Colorado driver's license, but
Why was it just like a pretty or like a mountains in the background on the license or something like that, or
yeah, pretty much. It was like a nice purple license, like,
like the
something
Rockies? I
like
think they have a purple color. The baseball team is that a
what
Colorado thing? They like purple or something? The Rockies isn't
yeah,
that one of their colors too? The baseball team.
yeah,
I never
yeah.
really thought of purple in Colorado before.
So, I got me a Colorado license, m my father-in-law, he had, like, a little house, that he had my wife was living in, so we stayed in that, together, and, her dad obviously lived with his girlfriend in, her house.
Oh,
So
okay. So you took
so we
his
were
house for a while.
yeah, so we were alone, which was awesome. It was awesome, and, like, I remember one day, like, my wife and I were, like, playing, I don't know, like, Scrabble or something, and my drunk ass, we were like I was drinking, like, this delicious grape wine. I don't know what kind of grape wine, but I just know we were playing Scrabble, and I'm like, "Baby, I need a tea." And I look into this bag, and I'm like I look into this bag, and I'm like, "Tea?"
Oh
Like,
yeah, you're playing Scrabble. When you said T, I didn't dawn on me. You meant the letter. Yeah.
yeah, like,
Like
'cause
T.
I'm looking at my letters, and I need a T to spell out a word, and I'm like, "Baby, I need a T." And so I look in the bag, and I'm like, "T?" Like, I'm expecting this freaking T to jump
You're
out
like,
at me.
hello, I'm a T. Yeah.
So my fucking wife looks at me, and she starts laughing her ass off, and I'm looking at her like, "What the fuck's going on?" I'm so freaking wasted, like, I'm too stupid to understand what the hell's so funny.
T.
But
Now, if
and
the
just
T
the
would
way
have answered, that would have really tripped your mind, huh?
but just freaking, like, just the way that I friggin' said it. T?
Here, T. T, where are you?
But that's why I need my wife to kinda jump on these live streams sometimes because, like, I don't do these stories justice.
She could.
Like, the way that she tells my stories for me would be a whole lot better because they're really freaking hilarious. I'm just not a very good storyteller in general.
It's definitely a skill in art form. You name it, right? You've heard it's same with like jokes, telling jokes. you have to come up with the material, but also the delivery and the timing and all that other stuff is very important, right? Same with telling stories, right? Yeah, or giving a pause at the right moment, or maybe
Yeah.
a different way of saying a thing is funnier than this way or that way, or different words are funny on their own, even. Um,
But you know what's messed up about Aurora, Colorado, though? Just a few years later, that whole Batman's shooting
oh,
out
that
there.
was okay. Yeah, that was Columbine was the high school or whatever in Aurora, wasn't it? Is
No,
that what you were?
no, Aurora, Colorado was
Or it's a different
2008.
shooting? That was a
They
different
had,
shooting
yeah, Aurora, Colorado had the Batman shooting in the
in the movie
theaters.
theater. Okay, they were both in Colorado then, huh? I don't really think about that
Well, Columbine, I don't remember where Columbine
because I think
was. I
that was
mean,
Colorado too, but I don't remember the town.
but that wasn't Aurora, was that?
Oh, well, maybe not. I think I'm just getting confused. I'm trying to remember. It was so long ago. Columbine. Oh, is it? No, that's a memorial. Columbine Valley. Where was?
Wasn't like Littleton or something? No, not Littleton. That was
Oh no, the name of the town is Columbine. Huh, how about that? I knew the high
really,
school was named Columbine, but yes, Columbine High School in Columbine, Colorado. 1999.
yeah.
I didn't realize that was pre Y2K. It was that long ago. But also Colorado. Yeah, I totally forgot about that shooting in the movie theater. Which Batman was that?
Should have been part two, wasn't it? With the Joker.
Because I was talking to my nephew about that too. Because I was trying to remember, and it was like, which was your favorite Joker? For him, it was Jack Nicholson. I think Heath Ledger's mine, but he wanted a cartoony Joker, and I mean, Jack Nicholson played a good cartoony Joker. I liked Heath Ledger's take on it. But then I was
Yeah, I
trying
still
to
say
remember
Ledger.
the Two Face was totally different, and then it
Yeah,
dawned on me that Two Face in the Heath Ledger was in the same Heath Ledger movie. Because I was trying to remember the three, Christopher Nolan Batman, and that was also at the end when the Dark Knight is born. Okay, so the first movie is called Dark Knight Rises for a reason. Because I remember
yeah,
I really liked the end when he's like, "Hey, we can't tell them that Aaron Eckhart, the prosecutor, did this. Two Face,
yeah,
right? I'll take it. I'll take the heat, right?" And then he has to escape the police, and the song they play is he's on his motorcycle escaping, and the speech that Gary Oldman gives him, about like he's not the hero we deserve, but the hero we need, or something like that. And the song that they play at the end is he's escaping. It's really good ending. But we were talking movies earlier, and then that was when I started talking about the Unforgiven scene, and he's like, "Yeah, you really know that scene real well," because I was quoting, have you seen Unforgiven?
I don't
Clint
think
Eastwood
so.
movie?
Isn't that
Oh
war hero movie
no,
from
no,
World War
Western.
II?
It's a Western.
Ah,
First Western I really enjoyed because I was young enough as a kid. My parents dragged me to it. Um, Basically, he was like a notorious, terrible person, Clint Eastwood's character,
mm,
William Money. And so the prostitution was super big in the West. And one night, some guys get rowdy and cut up one of the prostitutes.
yeah,
And Gene Hackman plays the sheriff of the town, Little Bill, and he doesn't do anything about it. I think maybe he gives him a fine of like $2 or whatever. Nothing bad about it. Well, and of course, the prostitute's face was cut up and scarred. It's not like she's going to have plastic surgery in the 1800s, so they're worried about her livelihood. Nobody's going, like they say, nobody's going to sleep with a mangled whore, or whatever terrible word they used, right? But they pool their money together to hire basically hitmen to come and take care of these guys that cut up the horse. Um, and eventually, along comes William Money. He gets in it because he needs the money. I think he tried to turn straight. He tried to start a farm, and it wasn't going real well. And so he comes out with Morgan Freeman. I forget what his character name was, and then some other younger kid. And they go and they proceed to get revenge and get the money paid for it, but not before Morgan Freeman's character is killed. And they ended up, I think, putting him in a casket outside of this bar, the main bar in town, with a sign on it, something like, "Hey, murderers, this is what happens to you," or something like that. I forget what it was. And of course, when Clint Eastwood finds out about it, you fuck with the wrong guy now. So he's deputized half the town. They all have guns. Okay, we've caught all of them. We're going to ride out in the morning and find William Money and all these other people, right? And he pays for two of their drinks, and they're all hooting and hollering in this bar. Meanwhile, Morgan Freeman's dead on the front step of the bar, and it's your prototypical dark night, rainy, and you can hear like his spurs and stuff, and he's riding it on his horse. Clint Eastwood's character, William Money, is riding in by himself. And he kicks open. Well, he didn't kick open. He opens the door of the bar, and it's just him. And this is a bar packed with deputies with their guns and stuff. So I mean, immediately you're kind of like, "Who's this fucking guy?" Right? He's coming in by himself. You don't want to meet somebody like that. I think of the Rorschach from the Watchmen. You know,
Yep.
he's not locked in here with you now. You're now locked in with him. And so the first thing he does is he says, who's the shithole? Who's the owner of who owns the shithole? I think is what he says. And this little skinny bartender says, "Oh, I forget what his name is. I own this place." And he proceeds to shoot him. He's unarmed. And he surprises the hell out of everyone. And then Lil Bill, Gene Hackman's character says, "You just shot an unarmed man." And William Money's like, "Well, he should have armed himself. He's going to decorate a saloon with my friend." That's almost word for word what he says. And you're just kind of like, yeah, he probably should have. But it gets the sense that this guy doesn't care. Because then he goes on the speech, "You're William Money. That's right. Killer of women and children. Yeah, I've killed everything that walked or crawled at one point. And now I'm here to kill you, Little Bill, for what you did to my friend." Something to that effect. And he shoots him, and he ends up shooting 3 or 4 or 5 other deputies. None of them get a shot on him, of course. Yeah, it's really great scene. A lot of great quotable stuff. Maybe it was kind of slow up until that point. It builds to that point, but the end scene is tremendous. So many good quotes. There's one where Little Bill, he gets shot, but he's still trying to fight, and he says, "I didn't deserve this. I was building a house." And Clint Eastwood's like, "Deserves has got nothing to do with it." I always remember that line too. Really good stuff. And then he has to escape. Then at the end, he's trying to get out of the bar. And I forget what he says, but he says something to the effect like, "Anybody who shoots at me, I'm going to kill them like their wife and all their friends and their dog and make fun of them." And like he's basically going to say, "If you shoot, you better hit me because I'm going to kill everyone you've ever known."
Nice.
Nobody takes a shot. He rides off into the night, in the rainy night by himself. Yeah. Very good ending. Because like I said, I wasn't a huge into Westerns. I'm not, that's not my favorite go-to, but that movie is really good. Unforgiven.
Right on. So
Yeah.
I think we are. So
about it. Well, I mean, 2.5 hours. It went pretty quick.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's
So hey Terry, welcome to the show, man.
3 people watching.
Yeah, man. The 3.5 hours in. Yeah, once we hit like what is it, an hour and 45 minutes in, like the show like restarts over.
Oh, really?
And I hate it does that. Like
So
it only does it on the cell phone. It doesn't do it on my computer.
Yeah, I can't even read it on mine. Is that the little number up at the top? I can't read it.
Yeah.
Like stuff's in the way. So why does that reset?
Once it hits like an hour 45, hour 47 minutes, when the picture goes to black, I have to hit the little, buttons.
Okay, that's when you disappeared briefly.
Yeah.
It reset itself or whatever. Okay.
The countdown goes back to 0 and it starts back and it counts back up from 0.
That's really weird.
So like right now it shows me at 45 minutes and 15 seconds. So
luckily it's uninterrupted. I think on the channel it looks like it hasn't moved, right? I've got it on my screen here. I just happen to know because like my time, I'm central, it's 8:38 and I knew we started at 6. So I'm like, well, we've been going for about 2 hours and 40 minutes. I mean, I really enjoy this. I also enjoy lurking, but it also is kind of fun co-hosting. I think that's really neat what you've done. I would like to see more people. I think rather than, because I know I hog a lot of the conversation because I've always.
No, you're good.
There's always something I can think about, like Unforgiven was the topic. Cheese on pie came up earlier this week. So I'm like, when we started talking about pies, I'm like, oh, this is pretty natural. Let's talk about it. I want to try that now because I love cheese and I love pie. So I'm like, maybe I should try that, but I don't know. Yeah, and then the holiday season, figures are always open season. That's I think how a lot of us found you and came to this channel. Home improvement stuff, that's always topical.
Yeah,
I was trying to think of next year what to do. I think I need a new coat of paint on some of my, maybe something simple, just new paint on some of the walls in my house. But there's always something. Deck sounds fun. A pool sounds fun until you own it. That feels like one of those. It sounds neat to have a boat, and then you have to deal with a pool. I don't know. You need to have a friend with a pool. That's even better. Go to their house and let them deal with it.
That is what I want right there. A freaking boat.
Oh yeah.
I actually thought about getting a freaking boat out here, like something small to take out to the lake. And god damn, like we are so close to so many lakes out here in Louisville.
Yeah, so
and because there's lakes in Louisville, we're right there on the border of Indiana too.
Okay.
There's on the border of Ohio. I mean, there's so many areas we could go to. We don't have to get some giant boat. We could get like some tiny motorboat, like like a little small fishing boat. I just want to go out on the lake one day and get some fishing rods. I don't know how to fish, but damn it, get some rods, get some bait. I mean, it can't be that damn hard. Just go on the lake, just sit out there all day. Even if you don't catch anything, it's just about being out on the water. Get the little motorboat, just drive around on the lake.
Yeah,
You
I mean,
know,
you don't even have to fish or fish for a little bit. Maybe you don't have to drink beer, but you can, or maybe you just bring a few snacks and drink some soda and just enjoy it. Hopefully, a nice day on the water, and it's usually a little bit cooler on the water. The water maybe soaks up some of the energy, even if it's a hot summer. Um, hmm. But have you looked at prices? Are they bad? What you're looking at? I don't even know. I've never shopped for boats, but
I mean, I think even to rent a boat, it's probably like what, like $100 a day or something.
oh,
So
that's not.
I don't think they'd be expensive. I mean, even if it was like $200 or $300 a day, I'd probably still do it just for the fun of it.
So you're
But
thinking more renting rather than owning?
I would love to own a boat,
Oh, okay.
but there was just nowhere to store one. I don't want to store one out here in my driveway. There's space for it. I don't want to keep it year round.
And you can store it
But
somewhere on the lake or whatever, but then I'm sure they charge you for it.
oh yeah, and so even to rent a boat, I would probably do it at least maybe a couple times, 2 or 3 times a year. But I know that the wife wouldn't want to go out
Uh,
for that, which is a shame.
so you'd be by
Like
yourself.
yeah, and I want to do things with my wife, but
Yep.
she doesn't have the interest or want in doing things that I want to do.
Hmm. No boat, no. Because that
So
would be the way they do it: is rent a boat a few times, see if you really like it before you buy, of course. But
yeah.
um,
Like I might just want to be like, hey, just hey, I'm bored one day. It's 6 o'clock at night, 7 o'clock at night. Let's go to the theater. Let's get some nachos and just watch a random ass movie. No, I don't want to go out. Hey, we're bored. We haven't done anything all day. Let's just go to the mall, walk around. No, I don't want to. Like, like I just want to do something sometimes, just for the hell of it. Just do anything. Just get out of the house. But
she's a homebody.
I mean, I'm a homebody too. Like, I don't like to go anywhere either. But like, I just want to do some things every now and then because
You get the itch.
sometimes you just got to get out of the house and do something. Because you can't be holed up in the house all day, every day. It's nice to be active from time to time and be able to do some things. Like right now, she's recovering from surgery, so like I can't hold anything against her right now. But like when she's not, when she's healed and she's ready to go, like on a normal day, yeah, I'd want her to do something.
How about
But
like even just going out and walking the neighborhood or something like that? What you do? Don't have to go too
yeah,
far.
I mean that's what I'm talking about. Like even something simple like that, I
No,
can't get her to do stuff like that.
yeah, because I have that problem since I work from home. I have to be intentional about like planning maybe a lunch or dinner or something at a minimum to get out. Or I mean, because sometimes I didn't even like this week. I got groceries delivered, so I'm like, okay, I haven't even driven the car in like 4 days or whatever. I need to do something, right? Because I'm used to working, and especially now that it gets dark. Even before I get off work, I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm not going to do anything. I don't feel like it. I'll just browse the web, play a video game, watch TV, catch up on whatever, stay at home, read a book. I got a new book, from Jim Cornette, so I've been reading that. He's got some writings he did in the past. So reading that or whatever, but then you don't get out of the house. Or I even worry about, the car needs to be driven every once in a while even. And so if I got groceries delivered, so I'm like, well, I didn't even go to the grocery store. I need to do something. So like I went out for lunch today, and probably tomorrow I think I might do some shopping, go somewhere, just to do something. Drive the car, get out of the house, like you said. Doesn't have to be very intensive, like you said. You don't have to make super huge plans of driving 2 hours and getting on a boat in like Lake Michigan or something or whatever.
Mm,
Just like you said, mall walking or something.
yeah.
With the weather being nice lately, take advantage of that before it gets cold again. 'Cause I'm sure it will. Um, but yeah, there's always something. Oh
Like we had groceries delivered today. Um,
yeah, same boat, right?
we we really didn't need groceries delivered. I mean, what we had delivered today, I don't really think we needed anything, not really. Milk and cereal, okay. Shoot.
It's the
I
fresh
I just
stuff, man.
finished I just finished a gallon of milk today that probably expired on the 28th of October.
And now
I mean,
you,
it was
you
still
got
bu it was still good, it was still drinkable. Uh, it didn't go sour or anything, but
yeah.
but the fact is, it was. 18 days past the expiration date. It just shows you that we don't really drink milk that much anymore.
Holy cow, that is, yeah. When you said October, I didn't realize how deep we were into November already. I was still thinking it just turned November. Yeah, that was a while ago, wasn't it?
So I mean, like, I just showed like we don't even drink milk that much anymore. And I don't have breakfast. I've talked about this before. Like I don't eat a lot anymore. Like I've mentioned this before. Like I could literally eat a handful of grapes, and that could last me an entire day.
That'd be enough.
So so I so and she doesn't want to. We don't want to make food. I don't eat a lot, so I don't need to cook. She wants to have takeout every day, so there's no point of ordering food. We still had plenty of food in there from before, so there's no reason to order food. Uh, she wanted milk because she wanted to have cereal. Fine. All the frozenables, dude. You have this huge, giant floor freezer in the garage.
It's full.
That damn thing is filled to the brim. I couldn't even barely fit anything else in there.
Need to start eating some of it. Yeah, I went on a kick for a while because seems like they've been on sale a lot. That's why I stopped buying them because there's no rush. Frozen pizza has been on sale like every time I look, one variety or another. It seems like every week. So I'm like, well, why am I keep buying all this frozen pizza? You can only eat so much. I mean, I like pizza, but if you fill up your freezer with, I think I've got 5 now out there or something like that. I mean, it's going to take me a while to catch up on that. I don't know how many bags of frozen vegetables and frozen this. Every once in a while, I'll be like, oh, there's a frozen. Maybe when I'm getting lazy and after work, I want to cook something real quick, like meal in a bag kind of thing, but frozen. I've got several of those. Yeah, you need to eat. And like today, I went out to eat for lunch. And that's really all I'm going to eat today. So, there's another day down, like you said, that you didn't get into the freezer to eat whatever it is that you're looking at. For me, usually what happens is I try to eat a decent lunch, like some kind of fresh vegetable or salad or something, so that you have to buy periodically. And I still still drink soda, so when it's on sale, I'll buy some. But so other than that, and this time I needed some bleach. I ran out of bleach for laundry, so there's always something like that. But like you say, there's many weeks I could probably go without buying anything from the
Yeah.
grocery store and be okay. Make do with what you have. But because like even at lunch, okay, so I'll skip a week or two, not get frozen or not get fresh salad or vegetables, and have some of those frozen vegetables that I'm sure I have in the freezer. Use them, right? Even if you're trying to eat well, you've got plenty of food there, and it's easy enough to do. Like I'm buying the stuff that you can just microwave in a bag. I'm a lazy guy. But sometimes you just don't. Or I mean, like on the weekends, I'm more likely to get maybe a takeout. Like I don't feel like cooking today, and I get a coupon from the app, for whatever the heck. In fact, I saw Jimmy John's. I don't know if you have those by you, the sandwich shop. It seems like they know what I'm waiting for because they gave me a coupon. But what I like to do with those is those stay well in the fridge, so I will buy. I think you have to spend $20 to save 5, so I'll go through the drive-through and get 2 cold sandwiches, and maybe I'll have one for lunch or dinner, and then the other one I'll put in a Ziploc bag in the fridge and eat it later in the week. But then that's 2 more meals. I didn't need vegetables or whatever from the grocery. So yeah, I fall into that trap every once in a while because you're just kind of like, oh, it's the new ads out. Let's see what's on sale. Oh, that's a good price on something. Do you need it? No, it's a good price. Who cares if I need it, right? It's a good price. I don't really care. It's a good price on whatever the heck. How many? Even only if you have a freezer, you can keep it for a while. But if it's full, you can clearly stop buying some stuff. Yeah, common problem. But yeah,
I just wish that if she was going to order this stuff, that she just gave me the list so that I could have gone to the store
that
and
works.
walked through and actually bought the stuff. That way, I could have gotten some exercise in, gotten out of the house, and could have actually said, "Hey, we don't need this, we don't need that," and save some money and save some space at the same time. So
Delivery
that
apps
would
are
have.
a problem for that, right? Because like now tonight on my phone, I could go and put in an order, or like you said with DoorDash too. That's bad too. But I can go and be like, I don't really need it, but that's a good price. Let's add this and that and the other thing. And now to get free delivery or whatever, I better add a few more things. And then pretty soon you're getting groceries again that you didn't really need. Yeah. So trying to get better at that. I'm trying to declutter a bit, but
Yeah.
in the kitchen is a good place to declutter, whether it's food or other stuff. I think because I drink a lot of coffee, and I switched from a Keurig to a regular drip coffee again, and I kept the Keurig in case I went back. I think it's been a year or whatever. I'm like, why do I keeping this Keurig machine? So I'm getting rid of it this week. Stuff like that, right? It's just clutter. Like I'm not going back. The Keurig was nice because you can make a cup of coffee real quick. but you pay for it. The taste isn't super great, and it's really expensive. Those Keurig cups, they're really expensive. I don't know if either of you drink much coffee in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What do you guys like to drink? Do you drink, like a regular traditional coffee pot kind of drip coffee, or do you anything fancy?
We just have the K cups.
Yeah,
So
so you know what I'm talking about. They're not cheap, are they? The K cups. They're very convenient though. Like if I
I
just
mean,
want a cup of coffee right now, I'll have it in like half a minute or whatever, right?
he just goes off Amazon, gets like a box of like 96 or whatever, 72, however many come in a box.
But I think
Gets
the
like a
best.
mix, gets like a mixed box or whatnot.
Okay, yeah, you like a variety. But I also found that they're not as strong. The flavor, even the good ones. I heard some people would like run them twice through their machine to get it stronger. And I'm like, yeah, I guess you could do that. But I think the best I could ever do is maybe 50 cents a cup or something like that, K cup. So like 72 of them, that's $36. I can buy a lot of beans or ground coffee for that price, right? Not that
Yeah.
I need that much coffee. I'll drink 2 cups a day, which is probably it's 2 cups, it's 2 mugs, but it's probably what like 40 ounces, which I think is technically 6 cups or 6.5 cups of coffee. I think that 6 ounces is what they consider a cup of coffee. But I'll have 2 mugs a day from my coffee pot, and it takes me a while to go through a whole bag of beans, but it just tastes better to me. But then you have to deal with the grounds, right? And it fills up your trash and it makes it smelly and all that stuff. So, but I keep this Keurig machine. I'm not going back, so I'm finally going to recycle it. I think get rid of that
You know,
clutter.
it's disgusting. Well, I don't know if it's disgusting. It wasn't disgusting to me, but the Mr. Coffee pot that I used to have in Afghanistan, when I was in Bagram in 2019,
Mm-hmm.
'cause I got there in like January. So 2019, I worked for a company called AC First, and this was just regular Army side. I didn't work for SF on this contract, but I did have to get back on the SF compound because one of the last companies I worked for, I had like a bunch of stuff that I left behind last time. So um, old clothes, electronics, stuff like that, I left behind, and I picked that stuff up, brought it back to my new site, and bags of coffee, my coffee pot, stuff like that. And I'd make a whole pot of coffee every single day.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, people in the office, they'd come in, pour themselves coffee too. But sometimes I'd be drinking that entire pot by myself. And that stuff would sit over day, it would sit overnight. And I'd come in the next day, it would still be there. I would just hit the button, heat that sucker up, wait 30 minutes to an hour, make sure it heated up, and just, drink it like that drink it like so. I mean, I assume that stuff was still decent the next day. I don't think that stuff that necessarily goes bad the next day, but I mean, I never got sick drinking it the next day,
Yeah,
but
I don't think it would kill you, but I can't imagine that tasted real good. Did it?
I mean, I always added creamer, so I
Oh,
never
maybe you didn't notice.
it never I never tasted anything wrong with it.
I drink it black, so I probably would have noticed.
Like, I always had creamer and sugar with my coffee, so
At that point, it's just it's a hot vehicle to carry the cream and sugar to your mouth. Huh?
mm, very much.
But yeah, so you probably didn't notice it much. That can cover a lot of sins, the creamer and sugar. But drinking it black, you can kind of tell. Um, Day old coffee, or because even I got from my dad. So I'll make like I think it's to the level of 8 of 12 cups. I think it is because I think mine's a 12 cupper. 8 is perfectly good for. I've got 2 Yetis that I'll fill up then, and it keeps it warm enough so it's not sitting there. I don't even like to leave it on the hot plate and cook all day. So
Yeah.
as soon as it's done brewing, I turn it off and pour them into these 2 cups. I'll be drinking out of the one for breakfast, and then probably around lunchtime, the other one's still warm enough. I'll drink it after lunch, and that's kind of my routine. And it doesn't sit around all day because he always liked to think. He always said it kind of tasted burnt if you leave it on the hot plate all day, or a lot of them will turn off after hour, right? So you have to remember to turn them back on again, even during the same day. I think. Yeah, after a certain while, as a safety feature, the coffee pot will turn off. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, turn it back on, and then at that point, I'm recooking it a little bit. Am I? Is it going to get that burnt flavor? So I've started to. In fact, I used to bring a whole. I think it was a Stanley thermos, a real ugly green one. When I used to go into the office, and I would brew a whole. I got a bigger one, so I could fill a whole 12 cup pot of coffee. As soon as it was done, I'd turn it off, pour it into the thing, and fill it all the way up, and I'd take it into work and drink on that throughout the day. But once again, it's not cooking anymore. The Stanley would keep it pretty good. I drink out of the lid of the cup, so I could have it, bite size. I'll just have a few sips now. Got a few sips down, a few sips down. But now that I'm at home, you don't have to do that anymore. 6-7. I don't get what that is. 6-7.
People have been talking about that forever. I have no idea what that's supposed to mean.
Oh, really? Has that happened before? There was a South Park episode. I've been rewatching South Park because I kind of stopped watching years ago. So I think it's an old episode, but there was something about, was it 2 or 3 or 6 or 7? There's some weird thing there. I don't know what that was from. That's the problem, is that maybe at the time that was a popular thing. So now that you're rewatching it 5 years after the fact, you're kind of like, I don't remember that. Yeah, I don't get the reference anymore for some of the jokes they're doing. I don't know what 6-7 is, but
My wife said it's
oh, okay. He's saying these kids, do they still go around singing? Is it a modern thing then? Maybe it's a modern episode of South Park. That's all.
my wife said kids say it, and it's not supposed to mean anything.
Oh, yeah, it emerged in 2025, I guess. There's a whole wiki article, 6-7 meme. I'd like to say we didn't do this, but every generation is dumb, right? We all had our dumb stuff. It originated from a rap song, Doot Doot 6-7, in which American rapper Skrilla raps, "I know he dying, oh my god, 6-7. I just flipped right on the highway, bip bip." I'm not doing it justice, I'm sure. I don't listen to a lot of rap. I don't listen to a lot of modern music anymore. I'm old now. When you get older, you just kind of stop. At least I've heard that you stop paying attention to music. Internet meme and slang term that originated in 2025 on TikTok and Instagram Reels. It has no fixed meaning. Oh, okay. But yeah, apparently it comes from a rap song. The original lyric was a reference to Code 1067, a police code for a report of death. The song became popular in video edits featuring professional basketball players, especially Melo Ball, who is listed at 6'7". Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that.
All right, guys, I think we're going to take it to 10 o'clock. Damn. 10 o'clock.
3-hour stream, right?
Yep. I have OCD, so I wanted to make it an even 3 hours instead of stopping at like 2:45 or whatnot, because again,
you got a nice 3-minute topic. You hit all your topic list.
I have
nice.
Christmas, first apartment, first job, family vacation, first day of school, children, friendship. First day of school. I mean, there's really not much anything I could talk about first day of school, because there's not anything that's really stands out for first day of school. I mean, not unless anybody else has anything else that really stands out for you guys. But
I remember a lot of first days of school.
Like for me, like the only thing that really I could think about first day of school is kindergarten, right? Because first day of kindergarten, you show up and you look around and every one of the kids are like crying to their moms, like, "Oh, I don't want to go. I don't want you to leave." Like, all I could remember is just sitting there, like, "Am I literally the only one who's like not crying? Like, what the hell is going on?" Like, I was like embarrassed to. I would have been like too damn embarrassed to cry to my mom in front of all the other kids.
Yeah.
So, like, I would to be looking around at all the other kids and see them crying to their mom, like, like, even as a 5-year-old, I would have been humiliated.
It's interesting.
So
yeah, I mean, it is kind of traumatic because it's probably the first time they've been out of the house.
Mhm.
I never went to preschool. I don't know.
No.
That's probably the only other time you could have been out of the house. So So did you also? Was it a half day? I think my
Yeah.
universal thing, a half day.
Yeah,
And
kindergarten.
did you have nap time? Even though it was a half day, you still had like nap time, right, with the little mats and cubby holes and stuff. I'm like, we couldn't even make it a half day. We had to take a nap. I remember that.
Yeah.
I don't remember the first day of kindergarten though, but that is kind of funny thinking about it.
I think kindergarten. What was kindergarten? Like 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock or something.
And
was it 9? Was it 9 to 12 or 9 to 1? I think it was 9 to 12.
Was there an option? Maybe depending on the school system, maybe there's some afternoon. Since it was a half day, I guess they could have had 2 classes. I don't remember. I feel like mine was in the morning though, but I can't remember it all. I always remember my dad saying "rise and shine, polish it." It took me a while to figure out what he meant, the shine and polish part. To wake you up in the morning as a kid. But I don't remember kindergarten. I assume it was morning, but I don't remember it all. I remember we had our own, I don't want to say mat, but it was like a rug or something that you'd sleep on. and they had cubby holes there that you keep them in. I think, if I remember correctly, and I think they gave out milk, chocolate, or vanilla, and maybe graham crackers or something. You could make a
Yeah.
whole. You could even make the half day without taking a nap and having a snack. It's kind of interesting. Now that you think
I
about
remember telling this story to my wife, and I'm like, Matthew, you little pussy. Uh, this story made me feel like a little chump.
it.
Now, obviously, when you're in kindergarten, they always give you these animal crackers or other cookies and everything.
Animal crackers, yeah, and milk, and some
And
kind of something.
it's like, oh, if you're being nice and quiet, we're gonna give you cookies.
Oh.
And I don't know, maybe I was talking or whatever.
Uh-oh.
And so, and this big mouth, whatever. Oh, don't give him any cookies. He was talking. And so
What a
the
jerk.
girl that was handing out the cookies passed me up and did give me the cookies. I looked at her like, I'm like, you fucking bitch.
Somebody tattled on you.
I'm like, yeah, I'm like, you bitch to that fucking little 5-year-old next to me. That bitch to the fucking girl.
It's interesting.
To the girl
It's
who's,
not like they're gonna get your cookies, right? They just didn't give you cookies. They didn't get the
yeah.
extra cookies.
I'm like,
Why would
I'm
you
like,
tattle on me?
I don't. I think I think I actually may have cried a little bit because I didn't get a fucking cookie. My
And
little
you
5-year-old, my little 5-year-old self teared up because I didn't get a damn cookie, and I'm like, oh, you little chump.
and you were the only one, right? Everybody else got cookies. You were the only one without, right?
Probably, I don't know,
Yeah.
but I'm like, you little punk. uh,
No, what
it's
happened? What
funny. It's funny. As bad as my memory is, the things that you remember, though,
that you remember? Mm-hmm.
you forget so many of the good things in life, but man, those I wouldn't call it traumatic, but some of the bad things in life, you remember that crap.
Maybe at
Like
the time
like
you were
what the
young.
hell?
I mean, as a young kid, hopefully that's the worst that happens to you. But it was probably traumatic because it was the worst thing that happened to you is that you didn't get cookies, right? Very memorable.
Or
It is
like
weird to remember.
where is it? It had to be on this arm because it was the right side. Or like this crap right here, like this little small burn on my forearm. Like
Remember what
obviously
it is.
we never freaking sat in cars with freaking seatbelts on, right? And I think there used to be like a Dunkin' Donuts or something, that used to be like next to the Sara Lee,
Oh,
at the shop
okay.
that I worked at.
Diabetes Alley there, right? You got donuts and Sara Lee and everything sugar.
Maybe.
All the
So
sugar
when I
you
was
need.
about, I don't know, I was like maybe 5 years old or something, um, I got into the back seat and I was sitting on my grandmother's lap and and I don't know, maybe I kicked the coffee out of her hand or in the little side door,
Oh,
and the coffee spilt on my arm, and it burnt the living hell out of my arm, and I
oh,
just remember this big old white bubble building up on my arm and blistering up really bad.
wow. That's some hot coffee.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. I remember my mom, rushing me home and putting me in a bathtub, and for basically my entire life, there's this big ass burn on my forearm. Now, today, I mean, it's been like 35 years, so now you can barely make it out. You gotta like look really super close at it to even make anything out. But
But you
I
can.
mean, for a good chunk of my life, that burn was prevalent on my arm.
Yeah,
So,
you can make it out. That reminds me of that
but-
McDonald's case where the lady spilled the coffee and burned herself. And people are
and
saying that was ridiculous. But I think apparently she spilled it on her groin. And I
mm,
guess it hurt her in her various, parts down there. I think she had major surgery and stuff like that. It was so hot. Like you saying, you just got a little bit on you and you have, it really tore you up. So they make fun of her in that case. But apparently it really did some damage to her because it was in her lap at the time when she spilled it.
yeah,
It was a bad spot on your body to spill that. An arm sucks, but imagine spilling it on,
yeah,
your genitals essentially. I didn't know about that part. I read it later, and I'm like, yeah, I guess it really messed her up, and parts were fused down there that shouldn't be fused, like literally by the heat. I'm like, holy
uh,
shit. Okay, that's why she sued, right? I'm like, yeah, that would suck. Like, why does the coffee need to be that hot? You can't possibly drink it if it's that hot. If it's gonna like the damage it did to you, you're not drinking that. You're not putting it in your mouth, are you? Right? Whew. But I don't know if that
that is insane.
I don't know if that's a malfunction at one McDonald's or if they just keep it hot. I don't know, because probably enough people complain about it being cold. I don't know. But yeah.
That is nuts. Damn, did we almost go past 5 minutes past already? Damn.
Yeah, 9:04 here or 10:04 your time, it looks like. Oh,
That's
9:05.
crazy. All right.
Right?
I think that's sufficient, I think.
Yep.
A 3-hour live stream.
This was good. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely.
I'm out of beverage anyway, so need some water or something.
So, I guess I'll see you next week then.
Yep, sounds good.
Awesome. Well, everybody that's tuned in for the live stream, I just want to thank you so much for your viewing, for your viewership, and for all the comments, guys. I just want to thank once more for FlytheL for joining me for this week's live stream, and be sure to tune in next Saturday for next week's live stream, and again for joining us, for me, and for FlytheL, and I will be sure to have another.
I just moved on you.
I'm gonna have another card or something, so I have a whole lot more topics of discussion because this helps. This helps a lot.
Mhm.
That way, I'm not just going off memory or anything.
And then Monday, Bum. We'll see you with Bum Shadow.
Oh yeah,
Monday, hopefully.
of course. Bum Shadows Mondays and Bone Breaking Action on Wednesdays, per usual, guys. I might try to incorporate a Friday show this week, but that's only if I have anything additional for discussions. But the regular 3 shows will be guaranteed.
Sounds good.
As always, guys, thank you for tuning in, and I'll talk to you guys later.
See ya.
Thanks, everybody.